You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Valencia in the air, straight away center, and out of here. What a night!
Fly ball right field. It is back, and it is gone into the bullpen. A 3-run bomb for Bowers, and the Brewers up to a 6-0 lead. Swing and a drive. Walker has lost. Shot into left center field toward the gap. Here comes set out a dive and a tumble, and he hangs on. Outstanding play.
3-1 pitch.
Swing and a drive, deep right field, and Yastrzemski with a grand slam.
Good morning. Welcome in Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. I'm about to sneeze like any minute now, just as a heads up. Just as a heads up. I was really trying to get through the open there. We're doing like a little club remix there. Like,
yeah, Shane never really like gets it together when he's sitting directly next to Austin. Like something makes him either nervous or fidgety or jumpy, but something always happens when it's just him and
Austin, do you think you make Shane nervous?
What happened? Yes.
It's something. It's definitely something.
I was disappointed about, you did a great job with the highlights package there, Shane, but there was one I was really hoping we would get that we didn't.
What?
Well, I think it was the biggest event that happened last night.
Hanson? Mbop? Bay?
No, this is going to be a hater take.
Uh-oh.
You already told me.
Hate alert.
I just,
beep, 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 beep. Hate alert.
Hold on, Damon. Yes. Of all the things that he hates the most, who could this possibly be about?
Oh my gosh, there's several. Like on the Ravi hate meter. Oh, it's got to be Darryn Peterson.
Good job.
Yeah, he was atrocious last night.
We didn't get any of the 8 turnovers in the highlight package. We didn't get any of the 6 for 18 shooting.
He was atrocious.
What happened? We didn't get any of that.
Well, what happened was Devansa got off to the good start, and then I think DP felt like he had to play a little bit of Heinz 57.
He was pressing.
Yeah, a little catch up. Yeah, I'm glad you. So I ask you every year, and you say no
about Summer League.
I didn't think you watched Summer League.
I kind of dip in and out.
Oh man, I'm a junkie.
I used to be I watched a little more this year because I wanted to see what Yaks will look like for the Warriors.
Hey, can I just tell you this other way? He said, your boy said, I don't want to hear any hate from Ravi. Just tell him your boy Yaxel's going to be nice.
Who
would say that?
Michigan Lance?
That would be Micah.
Oh. Listen, I think there's a chance
he still wants to have the Thompson twins rebuttal.
Listen, if they ever learn how to shoot a jump shot, I'll be here.
They're pretty good.
They're okay. Their ceiling is they've got a ceiling if they don't learn how to shoot.
Oh man,
I'm right.
No, I don't.
Like, listen, the entire narrative this year.
Hey, do you feel like you just put electrodes in me and I was just going to do whatever you say?
Sometimes.
He said, I'm right. Who says that?
I do, because usually I am. But the entire narrative around Amen Thompson last year was about how people thought he would be further along. Part of the reason they didn't go out and get a point guard when Fred VanVleet got hurt was because they thought Thompson might actually be able to shot creator, and he's not.
Yeah, he will.
He may be at some point, but he's not yet. So, easy on the victory lap there, Micah.
Oh, I forgot.
We'll take a second.
I forgot.
And Asor is not in that same category either.
He's an elite level defender.
That's fine. That's good.
Elite.
He is. They both are
elite. But sometimes, that's
terrific.
You can play a long time. Like, do you want everybody to be like this? I'm saying all 9s across the board.
No, I'm saying. Well,
I'm glad we both wore blue.
I know. Listen, we got all.
I don't wear blue a ton.
Well, I know you've worn blue twice this week. You wore a dark blue Adidas on Wednesday. Hold on, I got it real quick.
What is that? Oh, it's fine.
Got to represent the Mustangs there. My guy Behringer hooked me up with this. So
that's
shout out to Sautter for being the delivery man on it.
I actually like
Behringer's great.
I actually like Behringer a ton. I like Miller North a lot.
I know.
It's obviously it starts with Maya, but pre her it was Petito.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Clearly one of my best friends in the Metro, like with unequivocally. But now,
you love Burrell. That's your guy.
Yep, huge. So I had to give because Miller North is doing a ton of work with grit, and so I had to pick something up from him to give to Jay, and we talked at the gas station. It's just me and Zoe. We were rolling. Say, hey, we're gonna get gas. We're doing our shopping thing. I bet you I talked to him in the gas station parking lot for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
minimum 20 minutes. So the attendant comes out and she goes, "Hey, this guy right here is filming you too." and I looked.
That's awkward.
My man was doing just like this. So he rolled down the window. He was like,
"The dude filming you?"
100%.
Was it Tupac?
No, he'd have gotten a conversation.
So did he say why he was filming you or what?
Yeah, he was a fan. He thought I was maybe in an argument, and he wanted to make sure that if I needed anything, that he had it on film.
Oh, well, good looking out.
And I'm like, it's not an argument. It's just two black people using their hands talking. That's what we do.
What part of town were you in?
Well, right down the street.
Okay.
114th and Center.
I'm just saying, the closer to Miller North you get, the more people might just be like, "Hey, what's going on over there?"
No. You guys are pre-brown.
Well, now we are
pre-brown.
Back in the day, we were.
I champion kids, right?
Yeah.
I'm a huge Kylon Haney guy.
And yeah, I knew you liked Haney a lot.
Yep. And so I never thought he used to believe me, right? Because
when you said you liked him,
yeah, there's this Abdul DB thing, Central was very good about not falling into the mystique of or the perception of other schools. So like they never talked to us pregame.
Yeah,
never did anything. Like just mean mug all the time.
Yeah,
hey man, like I'm for you. Like
yeah.
He just looked at me like I was crazy.
Listen, I kind of like a guy that stays mean spirited a little bit.
Yeah, he is getting after it academically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
I'm a huge Kylon Haney fan.
I also love
somebody the other day on a message board said he can't read. I was like, that's just like you guys don't stop doing that stuff.
Like just because somebody struggles academically doesn't mean they're illiterate.
I shouldn't be perusing. This SIP wanted me to check something out, so I'm perusing, and the title was Kylon Haney, and I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, then not.
Then cool. I was like, no,
not cool.
And it's funny too, because it's the epitome of a good piece of cheese. Because the guy that said it, I was like, I think I like that guy. And then I kind of checked the post history, and I was like, he does go there from time to time.
Maybe not. Maybe I don't like that guy.
But you just can't say somebody can't read. That's not like you can't do that,
especially like unless you know for sure they cannot read.
And I wanted to defend, but I can't get in. I am
can't get in the weeds on that stuff.
No.
It can get away from you in a hurry.
And he's working his ass. I'm all in on Miller North. I love your baseball coach,
dude. Yeah, he was fantastic.
I support the basketball team. I retweet some of Paulson's stuff. I cheer for his daughter because she's killing it in softball. I like Miller North.
And I love my guy Brandon Kinney over there.
Oh, BK.
BK is the best.
Hey, speaking of loud and black,
I love that dude.
Man, BK coaches hard.
He does.
He coaches hard.
He loves hard though too. He can coach hard.
I like him too because a lot like myself, I don't know if he doesn't want a farmer's tan either.
He wears long sleeves all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. He'll do the hat too.
Yeah,
like
sometimes it's the hood. Like he embraces, he attacks the heat.
Yeah, no, it doesn't bother him at all. And he got the beard too. Like know, it's hot up in there.
He's one of those guys. I used to ask permission for the hug, for the long hug. Nah, he goes first now.
Yeah.
I even get the
dude. Love Brandon Kenny.
Yeah,
that's my guy.
No, I'm not really like openly cheering for you guys, but
sure you can. Just most weeks. Why not?
Nah,
why not? Doesn't hurt you at all if we win.
Would you openly cheer for a Class C1 team in the Panhandle? Yes. Okay, cool, sick.
I do cheer for. I would cheer for a class.
If I got you Sydney gear, would you wear it?
Yeah,
that rocks.
Yeah,
that will be done.
I would rock some Sydney gear.
If you get me something that look cool, I'll wear it.
I wasn't asking you.
All right, cool.
That is so far.
Sydney?
Yeah,
it's a long way out there.
It's very far, but it's okay. Like now that I don't have a gas guzzler, even though Kobe hates my vehicle,
pretty fuel efficient.
Yeah.
It's a little easier to drive out there.
It's little. I don't run into anything. I can drive, manipulate the interstate,
weave a little bit.
Yeah, Mike is on this deal where he sends me TikToks of left lane rage drivers.
Yeah, people are just like going slow in the left lane, and
it's not funny, Micah.
It's a little funny.
Yeah, it's not.
A little bit.
I keep telling them the last couple of long trips we've had to take, it's always raining. That's the problem.
Oh, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Man, you were
doesn't have anything to do with my temperament.
Yeah, I mean, you were having like a full-on breakdown, and you weren't even driving with me.
Oh yeah, well, dude, you're bad.
Nah,
Ravi.
Just because it's not what you like doesn't mean it's bad.
It's like 72.
I go between 5 and 7 miles over the speed limit at all times.
To the 25-second blinker is
listen. You gotta let people know where you're going. You gotta let people know where you're going.
And it was kind of quiet because the girls were back there
they were
working and working.
Yeah,
and
you were losing your mind. Well, it's because I had to turn.
I'm like, bro, you gonna get over
at some point? You know the purpose of a turn signal, right?
Yeah, it's to alert other people.
So like if I alert other people and then there is no space to make the move yet, then
can I say something else?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is totally a football thing. This is not me being a Richard Hill
I'm just saying I'm a very safe driver.
Yeah, I would concur. I can't stand the lateral lane change.
You know it's not lateral. You're still moving forward.
I need you to gain more ground.
It's fine.
Like it's the total running back thing in me.
You know, like the jump cut, the lateral jump cut.
No. I'm like, just get vertical.
See, I was like, you know what I'm talking about?
No, I do. AJ.
Yeah,
and AJ is a very I didn't have any problems riding with Jimmy Neutron.
Except when I almost missed I-29. That was pretty bad.
I was like, it's awful early for this. Like, we're just getting started.
You had no navigation issues with me. I'm just gonna say that. I will. It's like
what were we doing? Were we just talking?
Yeah, we were still in our Prince conversation, and we just got out of I-80 traffic, and I got a little bit confused. That's on me.
Dude, we were like elbows deep in Prince.
So you got the
that was my first I'm floored moment. No, the first I'm floored moment was the fact that
Ava was in the car.
No, that was later. That was like 2 hours in.
There's a dog back there.
No, it was that when he said 15 or 20 minutes and his fiance, Kate, she had just gotten home. I was like, this dude is Tim Johnsoning. There's no way any woman in her right mind.
And she was ready to go in like 10, wasn't she?
Well, we pulled in the sports bar at the same time. I was like, oh, okay. Then it got weird because he's like, oh, no, you can sit in the front seat. And I was like, oh, my God.
It's less
Is
weird.
He trying to debunk the stereotype, or does he really want his fiance to rest?
It's less weird now that you know
I could have
that
sat in the back seat
she
with a
was,
white couple. It's fine.
Isn't it less weird that now you know that she was in the back seat with her dog, though?
No, because she's got the little SUV, right?
Yeah.
So I can't see the I can't see the trunk space.
But I mean, like in retrospect, now that you know, she's like, oh, she was sitting with the dog.
Yeah, but
not like
if I remember correctly, Neutron, wasn't she kind of blanketed up? She looked cozy.
She's always cozy. Yeah, she's always.
She didn't look like she was ready to just be like passenger princess.
She's probably trying to sleep.
She's always trying to sleep.
Nah, she's actually. I mean,
I like Dr. Fiance a lot, but I'm saying it's different if it's like, hey, I'm gonna go sit in the backseat with my dog versus, hey, you can just go sit in the backseat.
And I was very early, like before we even pulled out of the parking lot, I was like, hey,
Juan, you wash your mouth out. That's
if you like, we can like, I don't want to be that guy. Like, and then I asked for permission to talk to her. Right? I was like, hey, I don't want to be that guy. Like, if you're just like, you want to mind your own business, I won't say anything to you. I just feel uncomfortable if I don't include you in the conversation. She's like, you're fine.
Damon, this could have been us if you wanted to ride in the back.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Have you seen that movie?
I refuse.
So I haven't watched it. I've seen clips of it on TikTok. It just
Even though I like Vigo.
It pops up every once. I do too. What's the other guy's name?
I can't.
Ursula? Is
Yeah.
it Ursula?
Yeah.
Ali. He's pretty good too. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
I like Vigo a lot.
That's
Though.
That's just.
You know what's a little funny is
I just called you a great piano player. What do you mean?
The dynamics are a little similar because like you're super bright,
this dude just pulled.
And then Austin's kind of like, he's Austin, and so there's.
And I have a lot to learn.
That's cool. I'm the super bright one, and he's got a lot to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but would you be like protecting me and defending me in some of these establishments?
Yes.
Okay.
And then when I threw chicken bones on the highway, you'd make me go pick them up.
Oh boy. See,
I haven't seen that clip on TikTok.
You haven't seen the part where
I just knew there was going to be a random chicken reference.
No, so you guys haven't seen the movie?
No.
There's
I know the premise of the movie. And I've seen clips on TikTok.
There's a scene where they're starting to actually like each other, and the driver gets food for the road, and he introduces Ali, the piano player, to Kentucky Fried Chicken. And so he's eating, like the driver is eating fried chicken out of it, and he's like, do you not want any of this stuff? And the piano player is like, no, I always eat with a knife and fork, so I don't eat with my hands because I use my hands. And so then
I come by it honestly.
Yeah. So then they have a funny part where they start to eat the chicken. They both like the chicken together, and they're like, what do I do with the bones when they're done? And he throws it out the window, and then the piano player makes him go back and make sure that he doesn't litter. So
I mean, is it?
Is this what we're going today?
Hold on. I have a logistics question here. First of all, you don't come by it honestly. You're not a piano player. It wasn't a black thing. It was a piano thing.
I like silverware with my chicken.
Yeah, so you don't come by it honestly. Those are independent things.
This is definitely. So you guys have both gone in at least multiple times, and it is 7:20.
Second, is it technically littering if it's an organic compound like a chicken bone?
Do you mean like, is it going to be
like it's biodegradable? You know what I mean? Like it's not plastic. It's not like he threw the wrapper out the window. I'm assuming if he just throws the he just throws the bones. You know what I mean?
To the bones.
Is it really littering if it's just like chicken bones?
I don't know. I imagine you're helping with the ecosystem as well.
That's kind of like I don't think that's a big deal.
Is it a circle of life thing? If it's a circle of life thing, is it littering?
I mean, I get like by the technical definition, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, Scott.
I feel like I feel like you're not hurting anything there.
Maybe it helps in decomposition.
Yeah,
then they defecate, and then the whole process starts all over again.
Yeah, it's
enriches the soil.
It's like Elton John. It's the circle.
That's like song number 226, most popular in my Elton John catalog.
I know,
it's way down there.
Well, that's fine, but it's the only one called The Circle of Life, which is what we were talking about. Like,
yep, it's definitely Friday.
We can.
I feel a lot of prickishness in the deliveries this morning.
Benny and the Jets.
You started with Darryn Peterson. Of course, he's a prick.
He's a little aggressive. Like even his delivery. No, actually, like what happened to Cool Ravi?
That doesn't exist. I don't know what you're talking about. Never met him.
Clearly. It's fine. Like I'm locked and loaded.
I don't know. It's the chicken bone's not piercing a tire.
Yes, it can. Ask Shane.
Shane
would you like to talk
Shane
about chicken bones and tires?
had a chicken bone pierce a tire.
This is fantastic. We did not. Shane.
Well, my sister had in a pizza box, that little plastic thing that's in the middle, that pierced the tire. So I mean, I assume
It was
Shane,
a
Shane,
what?
do you not remember our discussion on whether it's when I got and it was unbelievable how it could happen. What was the thing that got in my tire? It was part of another tire, but it was
Just sticking up the wrong way.
yes, it's vertical. It was sitting on its head,
Mm.
and
That's what she said.
Back in the day.
Juan says, so if I poop in DB's lawn, it's okay because I'm fertilizing it? No, that's
No.
human waste.
And you're an adult.
That's a different thing. Like waste carries disease. That's a different thing, Juan. It's a chicken bone, man.
Who says that?
What are we
and
talking
he lives close enough where he might contemplate.
He could do it.
Why would you want to poop outside?
Listen, Kobe, I know that cooked chicken bone splinter, but I would think because
Shane, you were
splinters, it wouldn't
adamant
be
that it could be. He said, "Well, it could be a chicken bone. It could be anything." And I go, "A chicken bone?"
Yeah.
Like he used that as an example 5 years ago.
That's super weird.
And I told him, I said, "You're an idiot." I basically said he was an idiot. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Like Kobe said, cooked chicken bones will splinter. I didn't think they'd be strong enough to pierce a tire because they're going to break.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
When I was,
I don't know. You're rolling on 18s, maybe. I mean, those are skinny tires. You need a little thickness there. This was back when when I was going down the road and I went through that pothole and everybody on Twitter was like, you need more thickness in your tire. It's thick.
Not a chicken bone. What are we talking about?
he's saying it won't puncture a tire.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we agree Kobe and I agree. Like, okay, but like thickness in terms of width of tire.
He said, "Are you sitting on 18s? You mean
Like thickness of the wall of the tire is different than the thickness of the width of the tire.
yeah, he's
A chicken bone, the width of the tire isn't going to matter. It's the wall of the tire. I can't imagine a chicken bone piercing a tire unless that thing's about to pop anyway.
yeah, that doesn't sound remotely like a movie I would want to sit through."
Kobe says, Shane, what the F you talking about?
I'm telling
I keep
mean-
forgetting that that's Kobe's account because I don't recognize the profile photo. It's taking me a couple of minutes.
Oh, you want big face DB on there?
Put Heath's comment on the screen, please.
What?
Ravi, for our podcast listeners.
It says no bone can pierce a Subaru.
And we're just gonna have to read it, huh?
Them things don't like bones, if you know what I'm saying. Talking about chicken bones, obviously, and only chicken bones. That is the only thing we're talking about here. The only thing we're talking about here. You know what? Like comes through my head during these segments sometimes. So there's a friend of mine I've known since I was a little kid.
By the way, if you AI it, it says yes, a bone can pierce, can easily pierce a tire.
Did you specify a chicken bone? Can a chicken bone pop a car tire?
Heath's range is fascinating. It's very fascinating. But you've always said I would have rocked with Heath.
No, you would love Heath. Heath's great. Yeah. I don't.
No, I'm saying.
And did you want to finish the AI? Yes, a chicken bone can pierce a tire.
AI is wrong a lot too.
I would concur.
I'm not standing on that, especially on like an abstract question like that, where there's not just like, I don't know. I think throwing the chicken bone out the window is fine.
I asked AI yesterday if the Syracuse Orange was an African American, and it didn't know.
It didn't tell him. So we were having a conversation, DB. So you know how we talked? Was this on the air? where we said sometimes Rico says a word that you and him can say and the rest of us can't.
Yes.
And sometimes
that was on there.
Sometimes it's like it doesn't quite sound right. Like the first time Rico said it, it caught me off guard a little bit, even though I acknowledge and recognize his ability to say it. It just caught me off guard a little bit. So we were going through mascots.
Why?
I don't know. It was just an exercise we were doing for some reason.
Okay.
And deciding who we thought could say it, had a pass to say it, and would say it without the pass. Like, for instance, the Texas Tech Red Raider says it, but he shouldn't.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so we were trying to, but then there's other mascots where we're like, oh, they're just black. Like, that's a black mascot for sure. Just vibes, just off of vibes. Like, we decided the Memphis Tiger was black.
The albatross from Miami.
Yeah, the albatross from Miami is a black guy for sure. Like,
I said the BYU Cougar, but it got some pushback.
yeah, no, I don't think that. I don't think the BYU.
That guy's got swag. If you take the BYU out of it, he's got swag.
You can't take the BYU out of it. You can't take the BYU out of it. He
The
says,
Stanford tree.
he says it, and he shouldn't.
The Stanford tree?
I don't know what to do with the Stanford tree.
Mm.
I don't know what to do with the Stanford tree. But we were debating
The Stanford tree is scared of black people.
We were debating Otto the Orange from Syracuse, and I definitively said, I go, Otto's black. Just vibes. I was like, that's a black man right there. I could tell. And so we tried to AI it, and the AI didn't want to touch that one.
Well, AI is usually wrong, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to touch that one. I was like, well, you're wrong because you don't know that Otto the Orange is a proud black man.
What are vibes?
Just vibes, you know.
I just want to
Like the Texas A&M Aggie does not have a pass, but he says it. We know this.
There's nothing about that screams black.
He's black Canadian.
Yeah, not African American. We decided he's a black Canadian.
What is where's Rico?
Like that, you can't. You're not telling me. You can't tell me that doesn't give you Drake vibes.
A-Train always pushing the envelope.
He says it, A-Train, but he's not black, and he does not have a pass. I think their school colors and several of their.
So you guys are just sitting around doing what? Eating popcorn?
This was after we got back from lunch, I think, or before we went to lunch.
Oh, where was lunch yesterday?
Good sense. I wanted a sandwich.
That's African American vibes. The Miami.
Not that particular picture, but in general, yes, the albatross I believe, is a proud black man.
Well, if he's Hispanic.
The albatross is a proud old black man that loves Latino women.
Like he walks around and he's got like the hat, you know, he's got the hat on. What are they called? Like the straw hats. And then he's wearing, you know, kind of the loose Cuban shirts. He's probably got a chain on.
One of my favorite Ravis is when you feel free to just be full-fledged racist.
Not being racist.
Like it oozes every now and again, but when that thing gushes, like you can just go.
I don't think it's being racist. I'm just trying to figure some things out, you know, like what mascots would, wouldn't, and shouldn't. I think it's fine. Again, racism is when I'm discriminating against people based on their race, color of their skin. I don't do that.
What's the FSU mascot?
That's a Native American, sir. Obviously. It's a Seminole from the tribe. I was actually doing a little research on the Seminoles.
Could have a do you know Yul Brynner? Never mind. I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah,
Aren't you?
I know who Yul Brynner is.
You get upset when people that aren't of that persuasion play that persuasion.
So apparently Yul Brynner is like 164th Indian, so I'm supposed to give him a pass for playing Gandhi. Yeah, I mean, it's not like black people don't like get upset when people who aren't black play black people. Also not cool.
Tropic Thunder was pretty popular.
Yes, but it was making fun of those things. That's different. That's actually a really good example. I'm glad you brought that up. It's satirizing the people that would do that seriously.
So
satire is different.
Who did we get mad about? That's like, how are you going to fool us? This
You're not
isn't the
fooling,
40s
you're not
anymore.
fooling anybody. That's the problem. Like, I don't care if Yul Brynner's 164th Indian. That's a white man. You're not fooling me that you're Gandhi.
When's the last time somebody that wasn't black played a black person?
Hopefully not for a long time. And we've come a long way. Got a long way to go. I'm just saying, you can't act like that's a me personal thing that I don't like it when people outside of a race play that race. Like, you probably shouldn't do that.
No, I don't think it's exclusive to you.
No, I think it's exclusive to everybody. They're like, we shouldn't do that.
You guys want to rapid fire some mascots?
Who do you think was mad at the Wayans brothers?
I think it's okay when you go white. I think it's okay. Yeah, let's rapid fire some mascots. What do we got? What do we got, Austin?
All right. So this should be an easy one to start.
Of course, Kobe.
Does not have a pass and should not say it.
Damon?
Pass.
No, Kobe, Tropic Thunder is hilarious. No, you're giving Purdue Pete a pass?
No, no cookout.
Okay. No.
No cookout.
Absolutely not.
He'd definitely be at the cookout, but he's on the grill.
And not manning it, right?
Yeah, definitely at the cookout. Yep, cookout.
Oh, and by the way, I don't think Yul didn't play Gandhi, by the way.
Not at the cookout.
He's talking about
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah,
Ben Kingsley. Yeah, he gets his small bald headed people
confused. A little bit. I don't know. Same era. I don't know. It's fine. Yul Brynner's the King and I. Is that right?
He was in the 10 Commandments. Yeah.
Also the King and I. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I mean the famous.
Yeah, he's the Pharaoh.
The famous Pharaoh.
He's the Pharaoh in 10 Commandments. Okay.
Yul Brynner. Yes.
No, Oregon.
No cookout.
No cookout. Yeah. No.
Is that it?
That's all I had.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. See, it's an easy
The
game.
Oregon Duck is an ally. What are you talking about?
How you figure?
I don't know. Just vibes, man. I just look at the Oregon Duck. He just seems like a proud wannabe black person, but he's very respectful about it.
The Oregon Duck gives me like.
Listen, who's closer to the Oregon Duck if they come to the cookout, Sautter or Jimmy Neutron?
Ooh,
Jimmy Neutron.
Neither.
I'm definitely going with Sautter.
You think he's closer to the Oregon Duck?
No.
You think
Closer to coming to the cookout.
Oh,
The Duck and Sautter both like trees.
it's true. The Oregon Duck gives me like hippie white guy with dreads vibes.
Yeah.
And that guy's not invited to the cookout.
You're just thinking stereotypical Pacific.
Yes, he is. He just brings plates, though. He doesn't bring any food. He brings plates and cups.
When's the last?
Listen.
When's the last time you saw a white guy with vibes and black people were like, "Hey, that's great."
I'm gonna give you the test.
Yeah.
AJ. Okay.
Yeah, that guy's not coming to the cookout.
Okay or not okay
He's got a black girlfriend.
to ask to take a plate
Home
from a cookout?
I think that's fine. Is that not okay?
You got to be offered the plate.
He's not coming to the cookout.
You got to be
Dang
offered
it.
the plate. Yeah,
He's not coming to the
No.
cookout.
you got to be offered the plate.
I thought that was implied. That's on me.
He says, "Yeah, the Purdue mascot saying that hard R dude just looks racist." See, he understands the game. Vibes.
Which mascot did I say was like the first plantation owner from Django?
Oh my God.
I don't remember.
Gotta be Ole Miss.
That's a little on the nose, but But yeah, it's pretty.
I mean,
close.
have you seen
They
him?
no, they're dressed the same. They have the same outfit.
Gotta be Ole Miss.
Yeah, the Don Johnson outfit, like that is literally the Ole Miss mascot has that outfit.
Shout out Jackie Robinson.
It's our guy. 42.
I'm just trying to figure out how you guys are sitting around eating good sense. Oh, now this is an easy one.
What?
Cookout or cookout on the type of sandwich you ordered. What kind of sandwich did you have from Mr. Goodsense?
The reason we went is I was craving an Italian sub.
Okay, that's fair. AJ?
I did. Was it like a roast beef club or something?
Yeah,
like
the
that?
Penny Club. I think it's roast beef.
Yeah, it was like roast beef and ham. It was good.
Okay. Suave?
Rico got a pepper sandwich.
They like.
He asked for
Like,
salt and pepper,
he
and the
asked for
pepper.
just hammered it. It was brutal.
Suave, what was your sandwich?
You still?
I don't remember what it is, but I can't talk long. Kids cry.
Oh, see you later.
Not working or anything. It's fine.
Much like Shane probably pooped his pants.
I don't care.
Listen, you gotta be careful out there.
It's fine.
I kind of got my own game going on over here.
No, Alex, we decided the South Carolina Gamecock was black.
Not a chance.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
No, not a chance.
I mean, the Clemson Tiger definitely says it and shouldn't. 100%.
Do you know what I thought you were originally going by?
What?
Is movements. No, we're not doing that, Gnome. No brownies allowed.
Listen, it's cool to bring some dessert to cookouts, man. It's cool. Nobody's mad about that except you. You're the only one.
It just should be an addition to, unless you on the sign-up sheet for desserts.
Well, what do you think people are doing? You think people are just going rogue?
Yeah.
So your problem isn't the desserts, it's the going rogue.
Yeah. Like that was the whole thing of the fight party.
This is the first time this has come up.
No, but
Before it was about the desserts.
I assume people want well-rounded stuff.
Mhm.
I was very clear. I said in a house full of 9 dudes,
Mhm.
for a 10 o'clock fight,
Yeah.
in which you probably got to my place at 7. I thought cookies and a mix and match 6-pack of beer was a little weird.
I will say the mix and match.
It wasn't mix and match. It was one in which he took back home. So
The mix and match gives me more problems than the cookies because it makes it seem like he just grabbed stuff he already had at the house.
Yeah.
You know, because I know there's certain.
Hey, Trey.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You gotta let Wyatt say that.
Yeah, you can't. Come on.
I'll see him this weekend. I got to get some eggs Sunday.
Todd, what are you talking about? Tapioca pudding, Todd. What are you talking about?
Tapioca pudding
Oh,
is definitely not coming to the cookout.
No, that's not. Doesn't belong anywhere.
I'm just talking about anybody that eats tapioca is probably on the
Yeah,
outro list.
not coming to the cookout either. Ugh.
Do people still? Is that T. Farley?
Yeah.
See, he knows.
Listen, beer, good. Cookies, good. I ain't got a problem with beer and
I
cookies.
don't even think it was a 12-pack. I think it was a 6.
So that's the bigger issue than the
A
cookies.
6-pack in cookies. I've got smoked meat. Like everybody's brought something, and my man brought beer and cookies.
Here's the question.
I'm 10 toes down on that one. Like,
Here's my question, though. Here's
you
my question.
guys let him off the hook because
No.
you eat cookies.
Here's my question.
I'm not talking to you, Juan. You said you defecate in my yard. Juan, you're on punishment.
Here's my question. Was he supposed to bring something else?
Nah, I didn't really say. You didn't have to bring anything.
Okay, so why are you complaining? Like, come on now. It's not about the sign-up sheet then. It's about the cookies.
I'm talking about a sign-up sheet. Like if this is this
Like a
big
potluck.
grandiose thing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying if he wasn't supposed to bring anything and he brought something, you can't be mad about that. It's cookies. It's not like you got to store it somewhere. It's a zero burden.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what a 6-pack of beer and cookies says to me.
What's that?
Me.
Dude, lots of people like cookies. The 6-pack of beer, I'll agree with you. I have a bigger problem with the beer than I do the cookies. Way bigger problem with the beer than I do.
I'm the only one that thinks it's weird to bring store-bought cookies to a fight party.
Some people like cookies are good, man.
Better to come with something than nothing.
Boom. What if he had come with like store-bought chips and queso?
Oh, that's
the same thing. It's the exact same thing.
No, it's not.
It's the exact same thing. He went to the store, spent 4 minutes, got the first thing he saw, came in. Except for he's like, oh, they've probably got savory covered. I'm going to bring some sweet treats.
What's wrong with bringing your own 6-pack?
Feels like you're not going to share.
Yeah.
Or not prepared to share.
Yeah.
That's my issue. And also when it's mixed match, it feels like
you can bring what you want to, like if I said.
But bring enough to share.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to a party like that, if I want seltzers, and I know you'd be mad about me bringing seltzers.
I'll put it to you like this.
Mm-hmm.
If I said, hey, Spence,
T-Mac says Mr. Commodore from Vanderbilt.
T-Mac's pretty black.
My man is that man is running Candyland in Django. That's what the Commodore's doing.
Terrell's probably traumatized. He's like, man, I tune into this thing every now and again, and he's a bunch of racists.
Appreciate you, Terrell.
Listen. Nah, I lost my train. So the equivalent, Kobe, would be like,
I'm just bringing a 6-pack instead of.
Yeah, and most of these people have been to something I do before. Like even my birthday a couple years ago. Like,
yeah,
it's a ton of food, right? You have to bring a thing. Now you did bring me one of the greatest drinks ever.
Yeah, I brought a bottle,
but it was enough. It
was enough to share, and you did.
Yeah,
yeah.
Unfortunately, I was so mad by the end. I was like, God, that was 12 minutes.
I was like, that bottle went fast.
Where's my barber? Why is he in the front yard? Anyway, so that would be like, so Kobe, like I got this, you know, I like to smoke, obviously. I got this spread, and Kobe shows up with like a pint of Svedka and a can of Red Bull.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably look at you sideways.
So I've done this.
You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. Am I is that just a me thing?
No, I think if you're going to an event, you should, and you bring anything. I think you're better off. This is my opinion.
Like you're going to eat good food for free.
I think you're better off if you are invited to something.
And I got the fight.
It's true. I think if you're,
I'm 10 toes down on this one.
I think if you're invited to something, I mean, I'm not agreeing with you on the cookies at all. But if you're invited to something
big 10 p.m. cookies guy.
Cookies at any time, man. It's like that Limp Bizkit song. I did it all for the cookie.
I'm not a Limp Bizkit dude.
It's a joke. That's not how the song goes anyway.
I wouldn't even know.
The
fair point. I'm just saying that's the equivalent.
I thought it was bread, not cookie.
You're close, Shane. If you're going to
see, that's why I need to hear his voice.
If I'm going to DB's house and you invite me over,
you already know how it's gonna go down.
No, I know, but I'm just using this example for everybody else. So if I'm going to DB's house and he's like, you don't have to bring anything, you're good to go. We're all covered. We got food. We got drinks.
I wouldn't say anything. I would just say, hey, you want to come by for blank?
Yes.
I wouldn't say anything.
But I would probably ask, hey, do you need me to bring anything?
You always do.
And you'd probably say,
no,
we're all set.
Yeah.
In which case I would still probably bring something.
Yep.
But my point is, if that's the scenario, I think you're better off bringing nothing than bringing something just for yourself. That's weird.
Okay.
But if you bring nothing, it's like, hey, I'm doing what you told me to. So if you decide to bring something, you have to bring enough for everybody, or at least more than you. So I think minimum, if you're bringing beer, minimum 12-pack.
Yeah.
Minimum 12-pack.
Ken, I hate to admit this, but I'm just gonna keep it a buck.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got
on what?
Euro meat.
What happened? Oh, the old Euro meat?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that. That sounded like it got you.
Yeah. It was still delicious on the way in.
It was not delicious on the way out.
So you know what happened though? I was like,
did you leave it in your yard?
Oh, I left it. But I was like, oh man, that's one of those where you go get on the scale.
I've done that. I'm done. I'm down 8 pounds.
Yeah. It was just like plug like.
I'll be honest. Every once in a while, I'll look in the mirror and be like, "Do I have abs now?"
Listen,
you know you've done that, Austin. I can
listen.
No,
This is all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna move on.
Okay.
I was so dehydrated. Like the next 2 nights, I had to put Vaseline on my lips.
That thing wet.
That's how much water. It was just like. I was like, huh. Yeah, that had to be the Euro meat. Because it went Sunday to Monday.
Yeah.
Night. Then I ziplocked it and I put it in the fridge.
So it's like, yeah, that's too long for Euro meat, my guy.
Oh, it's sensational.
No, I'm sure. I bet it tasted good still, but
it's like a great snack.
Yeah.
There was a window.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Todd has a scenario here. He says you bring 50 hot wings, 10 are left. Is the person who brought the wings allowed to take them home?
I don't know if I would be friends with people that wouldn't just say leave them.
So I think you only take it home if the host tells you to, and then even then I'd be like, no, you can keep them.
I agree.
If they insisted,
I agree.
Then I would take them
I would
home.
say, oh man, take that back. Like I don't have enough.
I'd be like, are you sure, man? You can keep them. And then if you're like, hey, I just don't have the space for it, then I would take it. But it would never be my
brought
idea.
50 wings.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
you would have to insist.
You could kind of do what you want to do. That's thoughtful.
You would have to insist for me to take something home.
That's thoughtful.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. You would have to insist for me to take something home. Though.
It seemed very individual.
Yeah, I get it. I have a problem with the beer. I don't have a problem with the cookies. Because I'm imagining like a thing this big, like a store-bought cookie thing, about this big.
Yeah.
That's enough for everybody. Like I'm cool with that. That's fine. I know you may not eat it and be like, hey, what are we eating cookies at 10 p.m. for? But that's enough for everybody. I don't have a problem.
Corn dog rough is kind of like Kobe. No, so that's a little, I'm not going to die on that hill. I just wouldn't bring just a 6.
Also,
like I wouldn't fight you over that corn dog rough. That's a new one.
Understanding correctly, you did not tell them BYOB.
No.
Right? So that's a different scenario.
Yeah.
If somebody says to you, hey, this is BYOB, then you can bring a 6er and you're cool for you and you're good. But if you're like, hey, again,
I'm telling you, and you guys, this was like everything was on the counter. This was a spread.
Yeah. I've been to your house for this kind of stuff. Like you do it up. Like it's the whole kitchen is covered. Sometimes I think the dining room table had stuff on it too. Like it was you do it right. But the thing is, you can eat.
He said BYOB brings. And we got a big. So the one thing I noticed about our listeners, we're very good with caps lock.
Oh yeah, we love
some caps.
We love some caps lock.
He said, "Own." Like I can just hear him.
BYOB. Bring your own beer.
Wait.
Bring your own. That was emphasis. That was the caps lock.
Who's the character?
That was me. That was this guy.
That's not you.
How am I supposed to emphasize the word own? Well, hold on. What's going on with Kawhi Leonard?
Well, why did you say it like that?
Because I was trying to do a caps lock voice. I didn't want to yell. So I was trying to do an emphasis without yelling, and I ended up with own.
You should yell.
I don't, I think it messes with the modulating and stuff. I'll try not to do that.
I'm with you, Sadie.
What do you say?
He said, great shout, corn dog. You knew Kobe was going to rock with Ruff. The Caps guys.
Yeah. Yeah, TJ's right. You show up, you better bring community eats or drinks, unless it is specifically
but you're
told
right, though.
bring your own.
I don't want a ton of leftovers.
No, but then you would insist that people take stuff home.
Plus by my temperament is I'd be tired of it.
Mm-hmm. Plus you'd leave it on the counter. You'd have food poisoning for days.
Yes.
Weeks on end.
Can I explain the Euro meat?
Yeah, go for it.
I think Euro meat is one of those things that
you didn't want to reheat it and dry it out and bring it back up to temp.
You have to limit the reheat.
That's fine. You also have to limit the bacteria.
It wasn't bacteria. It was something else.
I gotta be honest. When you're on the toilet, that was the bacteria, brother.
It was fast.
I bet it was.
I was shocked. It's not what I expected. Anyway,
Help me.
Help me. Have I ever showed you that video?
no,
Okay, I will at some point. There's a
No.
video of Bomani Jones.
I can't stand that.
It's
guy.
not about Bomani Jones. There's a video.
Should I like Bomani?
His voice bothers me. Like, I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion on his personality, but he was hosting a show.
I'm with you, Kenny. I like, so my new thing for leftover, like that kind of like meat that's already been sliced thin, is it's going in eggs almost every single time.
Oh, I don't think I've had Euro meat with eggs before.
It's going. I can put anything, dude. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I gotta get more eggs this weekend. I just got 3 dozen from Megan.
But yeah, so Bomani's hosting a show, and he like, you know, you've done like you like take a drink or take a bite of something.
Yeah, like I'm just not rocking with that. I hate this.
Hater.
Not that I'm judging.
Yeah, not at all. And he kind of gets something stuck in his throat and it's coming back on air.
Yeah.
And he's like, knock on wood, thank God it's never happened to me, because I cut it kind of close sometimes with the chewing before I get back on air. It gets caught in his throat and like he just cannot recover. And so he's like, welcome back to the right time with Bomani Jones. And it goes from like something stuck in his throat to like he's full on like choking. And he's just like, and he makes noises like that where he's just like, and then like he's like making some struggling noise, and then he just goes, help me.
I haven't seen it.
And then they like go to break, and I'm like, did Bomani die? Like, what happened?
Yeah, like I used to like Bomani, but I don't so much.
I have no opinion on his content whatsoever, but his health.
That's kind of how I feel about Levitard.
See,
Bomani Jones or Emmanuel Acho?
I used to love
I used to
Levitard.
really, really, really like
Me
Dan
too.
Levitard.
Me too.
And now it's just like, it's okay.
I honestly, since he the last, honestly, so it's basically like 2019, I think, is about when I stopped listening.
Yeah.
But when he was on sort of his original show with Stu Gatz and all, like, I really liked that show a lot.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I like him. I just listen to him significantly less.
yeah, no, I see him on mostly just TikTok now is where I run into him
Shane, do you think we should do Jeff Pearlman a solid?
and talk to him.
Mm-hmm. We go back and forth, and I hit him on TikTok, and he hit me back. I was like, "Oh,
What
he remembers.
about?
He was saying, I can't even.
I catch his stories on TikTok quite a bit.
I felt like he was being disingenuous about something. Oh, he wanted a follow-up question. He wanted a follow-up question, and it was 2 football guys. Oh, I know what it was. It was Chris Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for Strahan.
Talking to Strahan.
Hey, do you feel like football had anything to do with?
And Pearlman was mad.
He was. That Strahan didn't ask the follow-up.
That Strahan didn't ask the follow-up questions of the correlations between football.
And would you do it again?
And would you do it again?
Yeah. Or do you feel like football?
And he was very, very animate.
He was pretty upset about it.
So he was. So
Yeah.
Levitard was rocking with him. And I was like, look, guys, like,
I didn't think that was the place for it.
it's not.
It was, yeah.
And
And
here's-
Strahan's not the guy for it either.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm 100% right. And I'll almost never say that and when it's 2 people.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, this is what you're missing. When football guys are talking to football guys, they assume the risk. They know the risk. They have talked about the risks. We have talked about getting paid for the inherent risks. So one thing that football players never do,
say, would you do it again? Or was it worth it?
They don't do it.
That's not a question they ask.
And it wasn't the time.
No, that wasn't the setting for it.
And I'm like,
that was not the purpose of that interview.
And I get it. Like Jeff's tough.
He is. And I like Jeff more than most, honestly. Like
I like Pearlman.
I do too. Like, I like his story times. I know he can be hard on people, which I can be too. So even when I disagree with him, I kind of understand where he's coming from. But like, his stories are interesting. I like listening to him. His book, he's had great books.
Dude,
great books.
He sent us the Showtime The Lakers book.
That's
why when the series came out,
yeah,
I was like, remember, I didn't even get to the second season.
I didn't watch the second season either.
I was like, I read this Bible.
Yeah. I love that. I love
Michigan,
that
I
book.
even loaned it to Michigan Lance.
I love that book. That's a great book.
It's a fantastic book.
Even if you aren't a Lakers fan, like it's a great. If you
I read his piece on Tupac. Like he can write.
No, he's a great writer. And I said, I really like.
But I didn't like the Chris, because I saw the Chris Johnson thing. We were on vacation, and I was moved. I was like, shout out to Chris Johnson for having the courage,
to
talk about
something really hard
like that early.
And especially, I was stunned at how fastly it had progressed with him.
Yeah,
like he was to the point where he was nonverbal at that, like, which is, I know there's different rates of progression, but like. That happened, it seemed like really fast compared to when I think the diagnosis was last year, right? And some people go years and years and years before they become nonverbal. Like that was really tough to watch. And like that just,
he's telling a story about, his kid's birth. Like
that just was, it wasn't the place
the
for that. That was not what that interview was.
I don't know. I don't know why that well, I do know why.
That interview was about awareness. And
I almost never respond to guys like that, but I it's a couple paragraphs.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, man, I usually rock with you. You couldn't be more wrong on this one.
Yeah. And I do think there's a reason Michael Strahan did that interview and not somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. You wanted a football guy. You wanted a guy that allowed Chris Johnson to tell his story about what he'd been going through. Yeah. That wasn't an investigative journalism piece. That was a guy telling his story with help from another football guy.
Yeah. Like Kuechly would play 1,000 times over.
Yeah.
Gale Sayers, and it's not degenerate. Like, I'll get Gale Sayers.
Yeah.
Asked him, asked Roger. We'd play 1,000 times over.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't the time to ask.
To your point, I've never heard a football guy ever say, I wish I hadn't done that.
Yeah.
Ever.
I'm
not saying they're not out there, but like
he wanted it to be an indictment, and they made it about protecting the league. And I was like,
they're not
protecting the league. Like, you're mad at John Skipper for something else, Dan. Like, this isn't
which is fine. You can be mad for something else, but don't make everything about that.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I don't have a problem with being mad at ESPN or John Skipper for whatever, but that wasn't what that was. Like, that was, hey,
I didn't want to have to choke you, so I'm glad we agree.
Chris Johnson wanted the space to tell his story, and I thought it was really courageous of him to do that in that setting, especially when, like, I don't know, I hadn't seen him. Right. So I had no idea that's the state he was in. Like that would, if the last thing people remember of you is running in the NFL, to have people see you in a compromised state, like that's really hard.
Yeah.
And so I ton of respect for him for that. And that, again, I agree with you 100%. Like that was, and I like Perlman a lot. That was not the space for that. Let's take a quick break here. We got Tim Verghese coming up next from inside Nebraska. A lot going on with Nebraska recruiting, and we are ramping up for college football. We'll see if Tim wants to be part of our quarterback draft again this year. We'll see what's going on. That's DBM.
He's taking Mensa 1.
It's Hurrdat Sports Live. Everyone's talking about peptides. You are doing it right. At NextGen Male Medical Clinic, peptide treatments are clinician guided, tailored to your goals, monitored for safety. Call today or visit nextgenmmc.com.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're a super fun group, just a lot of good dudes. And obviously, as we start to continue to play more live, you start to see, why the coaching staff really liked a lot of these guys. And super talented. They all do a lot of really good things. But ultimately, everybody's pretty unselfish again. And it's just been a fun group to play with. Sharing the ball, high assist, low turnover, obviously, is what our recipe is. And so if we can kind of replicate that and then obviously rebound at a high level, that gives us the best chance to win. And so we just have to continue to knock away at those things. Yeah, it's a process. We started right away day one, like that was what we were going to put in. And the sooner that you can understand the concepts, both offensively and defensively, the faster that we can progress and get to the next level of things. And so, we started with the basics right away. And I think that that's something we just keep talking about with the new guys. Is like once you master the simple things, you can continue to take the next steps. And so, not just the new guys, obviously, but also the guys coming back is like do the simple things really well, and then that allows you to learn and to kind of advance and the integrate that word into the small details and the things that they our coaches are really good at, and they can put us in positions to succeed.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Tim Verghese from inside Nebraska. Tim, how are we doing this morning?
Morning, fellas. How we doing?
TV. We came in hot, man. It feels like it's not just today. We didn't get back until Wednesday. Our bosses, the establishment, pretty cool, gave us an eternity off, and so we've had a hard time cramming everything in this week. And it's basically up until now we got into recruiting. We did talk about Khalil Taylor and Penn State and Franklin leaving and recruiting the area, and
we should ask Tim the question you asked about Pennsylvania.
Yeah, well, hi, can I say the pleasantries first?
Go ahead.
Tim, how have you been? How was your 4th of July?
It was good. It was good.
Was it quiet?
Yeah, quiet. It's been nice to just not really go anywhere and just take some time off and, just kind of breathe a little bit.
Big fireworks guy?
No, not really. I was a big fireworks guy as a kid, and like up and down our street, like in our neighborhood, we used to do like all the different kids and all the different like families would do like kind of firework competitions, and like I got all fireworked out when I was a kid and I was a teen, and so.
And you were in that neighborhood in the DFW area, huh?
Hey, Houston.
Houstonians are very specific. God, he sounds like my mom.
Yeah, Houston.
Sorry, I won't be talking about the area.
Houston and DFW are different. They don't want to.
So Houston-y. So that fenced-in neighborhood, everybody had. You were like the big fireworks. Hey, I got my group. Let's go fire. Hey, did you drive around on a golf cart?
No, we were not a golf cart family. No,
Okay,
we had kids in the neighborhood who were golf cart families, but no, we were a walk up and down the street on bikes or bike. Like it was one of those.
That's my fact finding question, Tim, without putting you on the spot.
He wanted to ask, what did your parents do for a living?
No. Yeah. Hey, listen.
Would you tell me the code to open the gate to your neighborhood? That's what I want to say. Tim, what's your go-to 4th of July food?
Ooh, I'm a ribs guy. I don't know why.
Nice.
I've always had ribs on 4th of July.
All right, was that
Good
my
answer.
first protein?
I thought you did burn ends first.
No, I had to come back and get it with my specialty.
Yeah, I couldn't remember
And
which.
ribs isn't my favorite.
Okay.
I just got it so nobody else could because I thought it was going to be more popular.
I don't know if it was more popular. You took it early, so it's hard to tell.
All right. Now we can get into like this. I like the pleasant.
I understand. Sorry, we kind of touched on it. I didn't want to forget about it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good question for Tim. Tim,
you got that graphic ready too, AJ, by chance?
The one about the Penn State,
Pennsylvania
in-state commits.
When I was talking about Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So,
Ravi.
Tim, we asked the question about James Franklin and who has benefited the most from his departure from Penn State. Because if I remember correctly,
on the heels of Khalil Taylor, staying with Matt Campbell.
Yeah, not going to Penn State with Matt Campbell. I believe Penn State only has one commit from their top 10 in the 2027 class.
Man, it's one of the top 20 in the state of Pennsylvania currently committed to Penn State.
Okay, so perfect. I think they're doing better in the 2028 class, but in 2027, it's pretty sparse. And so we were having this conversation of who is benefiting the most. DB brought up Notre Dame because they have a couple in the top 10 from Pennsylvania in that class. But who would you think has benefited the most? And this is a wide open answer.
Yeah, so I actually wrote something on this earlier this week, just on like Nebraska's efforts in the Northeast, and there's been a real effort and a real uptick, I would say, in effort from a number of programs who, once James Franklin was fired, first you saw these programs try and poach some of that class and pluck top members of that class, and they've successfully been able to do that. But then you've seen programs, I would say Notre Dame is way up there, Florida is way up there, Nebraska's up there, programs that have tried to take advantage of, I would say, a power vacuum that's been created. When Franklin left, this is a staff and a program that had been in place for close to a decade, if not a decade long, and they'd been around for a while and established these connections across the area, not just in Pennsylvania, but we're talking about the top talent in Delaware. We're talking about top talent in New Jersey. This isn't just a Pennsylvania issue here in 2027. It's an issue pretty much across the state. Like I said, just one of the top 20 in the state of Pennsylvania is currently committed to Penn State. The top 3 prospects in the state of Delaware are committed to Auburn, Rutgers, and Wisconsin, respectively. The top-ranked prospects in Connecticut are headed to USC. The top-ranked prospect in Connecticut is headed to USC. Just one of the top 5 prospects in Massachusetts is currently committed to Penn State. In New Jersey, just 3 of the top 20 in-state prospects are committed to Penn State, while the top 5 prospects in New York are headed to Syracuse, Florida, Boston College, and Rutgers, respectively. So I think Florida, of the out-of-region schools, Florida and I would say Notre Dame have taken the most advantage. Notre Dame in particular, I think, is a program that is well-positioned to continue to dip back into Notre Dame year in and year out. Florida was very smart in how they approach this new staff. They have some staffers with Northeast ties that has allowed them to dip up into the area amidst this, amidst this uncertainty, amidst this, Matt Campbell is getting his feet set and building these relationships. And look, credit to Matt Campbell and that staff. They've done a good job of finding their guys in this first cycle, even if they've not really come from their program's backyard. And then 28, they are starting to build these relationships and are starting to do better with regional talent. But you cannot get around the fact that there is an opportunity right now that has not been there in close to a decade for programs to dip into the Northeast and start building relationships and actually have consistent success in a way they weren't able to when James Franklin was leading that program.
So real quick, Tim, I want to follow up on that one. So if I gave you sort of big picture, just including recruiting, but not just recruiting, if I had to give you who would benefit the most from this change in leadership at Penn State, is it Virginia Tech? Is it Penn State? Or is it the field? Which would you take?
Oh, I would Oh, I mean, so you're saying from the James Franklin hire itself, correct?
Well, just
Or
like just the move in general, like him not being at Penn State, him being at Virginia Tech, and then the power vacuum you talked about for everybody else trying to fill that void.
I want to say the field because I think Penn State is going to be like I still believe in Matt Campbell and his ability to build those relationships in the Northeast. He's just not been there. Like that's just the fact of the matter. He's just not been in the Northeast. And then I think Virginia Tech, they're going to be better. And I think for Virginia Tech fans, I mean, they may be in a place, in a couple of years from now where Penn State fans were, where they were like, okay, well, we've had some success. We've finished at the top of the ACC a few times. When are we going to win a championship? I don't know if Virginia Tech fans are going to reach that same level of impatience as Penn State fans did, considering where that program has been as of late. But winning and winning consistently over multiple seasons does change expectations. So I'm going to put it to the field because I think long term, I do think these two moves have created an additional or created more opportunity for programs like Rutgers to win some of their top talent in their backyard. Syracuse, especially if Fran Brown and that staff continues to make big strides on the field and if they continue to impress people, I think they're a program that's well positioned to benefit from kind of these, because who has stronger relationships in the Northeast? Greg Schiano and Fran Brown. That's something Penn State doesn't have right now, and so they're working I think both of those programs are well positioned to benefit. I think Notre Dame is in a very good position to consistently pull top talent from the Northeast moving forward. I think Nebraska has fully established themselves and continues to establish themselves as a real threat for Northeast talent. I think you're seeing it in 27 with Khalil Taylor. You've seen it in the past. I think you're really going to start to see it in 28 and moving forward with who they prioritize and who they're after. I mean, look, you ask guys on staff and you check in on the 28 board and some of that stuff. Some of their top 28 targets are going to come from the Northeast, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So to win moving forward, Nebraska is going to have to beat Notre Dame head to head. But I think longer term, I'm putting this to the field. I think Notre Dame's going to be in a position down the line to be successful under Matt Campbell. Are they going to overcome or get past, kind of the break through the ceilings that they faced under James Franklin? I don't know for sure. Is Virginia Tech going to be able to break through and reach the same heights as James Franklin was at Penn State? I don't know that either. So that's why I'm putting this to the field as of now, because I think there's and I'll say this, like I put the story out and I've had Penn State fans in my mentions about it. And it's clearly they didn't read the story, because if you read the story, I do give Matt Campbell his credit. And I'm not just talking about this from a Nebraska angle, but I had multiple people at multiple recruiting staffs reach out to me and say, yeah, there was an opportunity that they've never really had before to go recruit the Northeast. Like never before. I mean, this is something for some of these guys they've never felt in their lifetimes in working in recruiting, where all of a sudden they're prioritizing New York, they're prioritizing New Jersey in a way they never have before.
Let me go. I want to stay on that side of the country because they're kind of flying under the radar. And I did like the Fran Brown reference, but the 10 wins to the 3 last year. And I get people kind of like the press conferences and he's going to give you some sound bites. He's Fran Brown, right? The team that I kind of look at, especially if Malik Washington is who people think he's capable of being, and he's from right down. I mean, he's from Archbishop, man. He's right there on that seaboard. What about Maryland?
I have quietly liked what Maryland's done in the DMV as of late. I don't factor into DMV into the Northeast. I think they're their own.
I get it, but Franklin used to rule that roost.
Yeah, and that's like an area for me where I didn't talk about it in the story. Maybe I'll get back to it at some point. But yeah, that's another area where things have changed a little bit because of James Franklin moving on. But weirdly, that area has always been a little more competitive. I mean, you've had Ohio State been able to go in there and get talent. You've had Michigan been able to go in there and get talent. And Maryland, as of late, has been doing a better job of keeping the top guys home. Malik Washington was a real win for them. I think Zion Ealing this last cycle was a real win for them. Zahir Mathis is from Philly, but who's the other? Sidney Stewart was
Philly. He belongs in that Northeast discussion, though.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
I mean,
he does.
That's PA. Like, that's Philly.
No, that guy should be at Penn State. Yeah. Yeah, and so I mean, one, it's a testament to where that James Franklin staff and where things were at the end of that, where a guy like that is ending up at a place like Maryland over a place like Ohio State and Penn State. And some of it is a testament to NIL as well. But no, I do think Maryland's doing a better job, and it's less of the coaching staff, weirdly, than I'll say, than it is. I think if Malik Washington and Zion win big at that program, the impact that'll have on kids in the area, because Malik Washington is a guy out there. I mean, the way they talk about him in the DMV and the way he's one of those like, wow, like we haven't had a prospect like this from this area, like with all of this in some. I mean, it's been since Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams didn't stay in the area, and so the fact that Malik stayed, the fact Malik is been so locked in, he's been peer recruiting others to join him. Have you guys seen his like peer recruiting tactic on social media? So do you know the meme of like the grandma that's locked in the cage, and it's like, I'm not letting this grandma out until like that joke that people do? I'm sure people are getting this. If not, I make no sense. But there's a meme, and it's like, hey, I'm not letting the grandma out. I'm not letting my grandma out until you whatever. And so he has, if you go look into social media, he has a hashtag free grandma every time a guy commits, because initially a Maryland fan did that of like, hey, I'm not letting my grandma out until you commit. There it is. Until you commit to Maryland, Malik. And so now he does this for every other recruit.
That's super funny. I am kind of fascinated by Maryland because like I do think they recruit okay, and that's sort of what Loxley's reputation is. I don't trust him when it comes to actually.
I don't either, and that's the thing. Like, I think it's going to take Malik Washington and Zion Neely and the players and that stat and that program winning big for them to correct things. Because I don't have a whole lot of faith in Loxley and the actual staff being able to do it themselves without results. And again, like, it's going to take results on the field that I'm not super optimistic about. I'm optimistic in Malik Washington and his long-term development, regardless. I don't know how I feel about that Maryland staff and that overall roster, though.
When you're taking a look at, and he's from New York, and he's going to be he is really, really good. I think he's from right in New York, Ian Strong. When you're taking a look at Rutgers, I'm just talking about the teams in the Big Ten. Right? So I'm kind of going, Rutgers and Maryland, and I think, Ian Strong is from, I want to say South Huntington, if you could look that up for me, but. That's right there in New York. Is there a play? Because Rutgers reminds me of one of those teams like every year, right? It's like
St. Anthony's.
Is that?
That's his high school, St. Anthony's.
Yeah, that's South Huntington.
Okay.
Where 7, 8, is Rutgers gonna be Rutgers, or is there a number where you feel like, man, they're going to get over the talk of every preseason, ooh, this game is kind of scary. You know what I mean? Like, when do they cross over into the next threshold of
just good?
They're just it's a good football team.
Like I was going to say, like, I felt this like 2 years ago when they had Manan guy, and I thought that roster was good. I thought last year the roster, like, I'm to the point now where they've been so weirdly snake bitten with injuries and things where I just kind of need to see it first. I need to see them get through a season healthy, because like I like the roster on paper. I like some pieces on paper. I mean, I think I was talking to someone about this recently. I mean, that game with Nebraska heading out, like, that's not. It's going to be tough. It won't be easy. I mean, you're talking about there's a running back in Antoine Raymond that is going to challenge Nebraska and Nebraska's rush defense. You're talking about a receiver room that's going to challenge this DB room, and then you're still talking about a team that's coached by a guy where you kind of have an idea of what you're getting from that team, at least at the very core from an identity standpoint, year in and year out. So it's a roster. I think I'll say this much. I think about Rutgers. I think there are things that program has done well recently, and I think they've given themselves better chances with regional talent as a result. I think they do a good job with running backs. We just saw them flip a running back from Penn State who reclassed up to the 26 cycle. I think they've just generally done a good job with running backs as of late. I think they do a good job with receivers as of late. They picked up a big win over Nebraska and Penn State this year on the recruiting trail with the big body wide receiver in Jamar Taylor that they were able to keep in the region. They also landed Isaiah Alvarez out of Don Bosco Prep. That was another big win over Nebraska and Michigan State, you know, and that was a recruitment that he could have chosen to go other places. He was initially looking to leave the region, but ultimately chose to stay at Rutgers. So I think Rutgers has done some things well. This is a big year for them because if they can put together some wins, and like you say, if they're able to kind of put this narrative and fix this narrative and go out there and say, hey, we're just a good team now. Like we're just a winning football program now. They're a program that is quietly, like I said, sneaking, I think very much in position to benefit from this power vacuum because they've established roots in New Jersey. They've established roots in New York. They're in the mix for a lot of these guys. And there's a lot of this top talent in the area that they, what am I trying to say? Like I would say like a good example of this is Isaiah Alvarez, who he saw his recruitment blow up this fall and started getting some big national offers. But before he had blown up, he'd been to Rutgers a few times. And so he's initially considering, hey, I want to get out there. I want to see some of these programs. But Rutgers had this head start, and Rutgers has this head start with a ton of guys in the Northeast that they haven't really been able to land in years past because they haven't been good enough to land. And they'll get the early visit, and that guy blows up to a 4-star or even maybe a 5-star type prospect in the Northeast, but they never really get back into that recruitment. They're going to have that chance to do that now because one, Penn State doesn't have that power over the region like they do, and two, if Rutgers makes this run and Rutgers has a season I think they're capable of and is able to just play consistent football and be this consistent team, they're going to pull off more wins and be more of an attractive destination to guys in the Northeast than years past. We saw that tenor change just this recruiting cycle alone with guys who, I mean, Jamar Taylor and Isaiah Alvarez, you talked to them early on in their recruitments, or I guess early on this offseason, both of those guys were looking to get away.
Yeah, and the only reason I bring up Rutgers and Ian Strong with what he did is that's why KJ Duff is there.
Right.
Right? Like KJ Duff is at Rutgers because of Ian Strong. Ian Strong talked about why he chose Rutgers being in the heart of New York. They're both from South Huntington. KJ Duff, I think, is from St. Anthony's. And like they're starting to get those guys. KJ Duff is going to give Nebraska all.
Yeah. And Jamar's next up. Jamar's like 6'4", big body, can go up and get, like, you know, he's just like those guys. They've pitched him on being just like those guys.
We're talking about a 1,000-yard receiver at Rutgers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And KJ Duff. Like, and I just wondered, like, you talk Northeast, those two, they're right there in New York. One got the other. Now Duff gets another freshman. Like, I'm just kind of seeing this cycle of I did my thing, I'm moving on. This is a New York thing. Next New York star comes in. Then you've got another. Like, you can just kind of see this thing building sequentially. I'm like, okay, Rutgers is going to always be on the schedule. I'm always focused on the teams, Tim, that I think if Nebraska is going to move up, other teams got to get out of the way. Like, they have to be wins, right? So it's Illinois, it's Rutgers, it's those teams, Minnesota. Like, some of these teams got to get out of the way if Nebraska is going to have any sort of ascent.
Right. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of these programs, I think, in this mix with Nebraska where, I mean, we just talked about a couple of them, Rutgers, Maryland, like some of these programs where it's like, hey, everyone's kind of in this tier of, are you going to make a jump or are you just going to be this program? Like, and it's time to see what all these different programs have. I would put Michigan State in there with under Pat Fitzgerald over these next few years and what that looks like.
It's a little premature for Michigan State for me, but I don't think you can talk Michigan State without talking like Minnesota. You know what I mean?
For sure. When that hire first happened and that staff first got put together, I was pretty high on Michigan State, and I as this offseason has gone on. And it's not in a bad way at all. Don't take this as a shot because, look, Nebraska would love to be in this position. I wonder if the program's ceiling is Iowa, and I wonder if that's going to be good enough for Michigan State fans.
It's got to be. I don't know. That's a team that went to a playoff when it was only 4 teams, and a lot of times that taste of success really skews how.
Yeah, but
that's what I wonder
we can't be going on 09 to 13.
I understand that, but how often do we see fans do that where they take the absolute peak of the program and that becomes the expectation?
They're always going to be comparing themselves against Michigan. They're always going to be doing that. So right? It doesn't matter if they're winning 8-9 games. If they're not Michigan, it won't matter.
Well, and you've also got, I mean, we saw this happen. I mean, we were talking about Penn State this whole time, right? Like Penn State wanted to compare James Franklin to the absolute peak of the program, even though they were a really good program with James Franklin. They just weren't Ohio State, right? So like I think Michigan State is in a weird spot where you're right. I think Iowa's the ceiling, and it's a good ceiling for them. And it right now would be a good place for Nebraska to get to, but I don't know if they're going to be satisfied. Just like I don't know that Nebraska would be satisfied if they got to that point long term.
Would you think Minnesota would be top 30 in their composite recruiting rankings for 26 and 27?
Ooh, wait, say that again.
Minnesota, like that 2026 class. Their composite was top 30. Does that surprise you?
No, not really. I think
I love Collins. I'm on record. I like what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and it was a big class. I mean, we're talking about like a last cycle was a huge class, and they did a really good job of keeping those guys in state home. I mean, Howie Johnson was a guy that recruitment didn't get really anywhere. Roman Voss was wanted at Alabama. Roman Voss was wanted at a few places. They were able to keep him home. Andrew Trout,
passing game out of Arizona.
Yeah. So they've had some nice national wins. I think they do a good job of they're a program. When we talk about Nebraska, I mean, Nebraska's doing a good job of this now and getting to that point, but they're a program where they know where their bread is buttered. They know the regions they need to dip into, and they spot recruit the areas they know well, and then they'll go into other areas. I mean, they're another program that I think that benefited a little bit from a minuscule level, but benefited a little bit from that power vacuum in the Northeast. They got Quade Hendricks, who was one of these late risers from the area that a few programs wanted in the 26 cycle out of Winslow Township in New Jersey. He ended up there. Nico Castillo, a running back out of Pennsylvania.
Lafayette, Indiana.
Yeah.
When getting I'm going to butcher his last name. It's Aytch. Aiden. The edge.
Yeah.
He's like I mean, it's a big time rusher.
It was nice. And what's weird, I mean, Hudson Dunn, the linebacker from Arizona, another pretty solid ad for them. Aaron Thomas, the tackle out of Arizona, pretty solid. Justin Hopkins is a player I really like out of Nashville, a cornerback in the 2026 cycle. So yeah, this is a good team. It's a good recruiting class. The 27 efforts have not been as strong.
No.
I wonder a little bit about they're a program, even more so than Nebraska. I wonder a little bit about the Penn State of this all and the Matt Campbell of this all, if they're the ones that are going to get hit more than Nebraska or anybody else. Because it feels like they keep running into Matt Campbell on the trail, and a lot of the guys that they wanted were early Matt Campbell targets at Iowa State that they were able to just pick up where they left off at, and they were able to pull some of that talent. And we're talking about Blake Benton. We're talking about some of these guys in the 27 cycle that Minnesota would love to have.
It's another big class, though.
It's a good class. I mean, and that's the thing. We'll have to see how this plays out. But you're looking at a
huge
class. They've done really well in the Dakotas. They've done really well in the Dakotas. I think Tate Wallace is a good land for them. We've talked about Wyatt Liebentritt on here. I think that's a good player. They've been able to dip into Chicago and get guys. They've been able to keep some guys in Minnesota home. They've done a good job in the region. It's a big class. This class is one where I wonder about the hit rate versus last year. I actually think, just what I know from last cycle, I think they're in a position to hit a little higher. Some of the back end of this class, I think they've taken a few more of these not uncalculated swings. What am I trying to say here? More developmental swings than they did last cycle. Even the lower end of last year's class felt like there's some high floor prospects in there. Feels like there's some guys you don't have to squint to see it with. There's some guys in this 27 class I feel like I have to squint to see it with.
Let me ask you about. I'm curious, and I know your feelings, but you and Tim can banter back and forth. Tim, we got the sideways thumb, the down thumb, the up thumb. I want to talk about that program in Madison. Right. Big year. I like Colton. I'm pretty high on him at the quarterback spot. Like, what do you think about the Badgers?
Ooh, I'm just gonna give you the
Sideways. Okay.
this for now. Yeah, I like Colton Joseph a ton. I actually think like if this program is going to see it through, I felt really good about their offseason. Can I say that? Like, is that weird to say?
No, I did too. Ravi, he continually laughs at me.
No, I don't. It's not that I don't like the offseason. It's not that I like Colton Joseph too. I think it's a really big jump from where he was to where he's at now in terms of just getting his feet under him. My concern with Fickle the last 2 years has just been it got away from him early, and I just don't know if he can get the momentum back. Like, I don't know if he can get it back in his direction. Any sort of bump in the road, like we've gotten to the point with the fan base in Wisconsin where any sort of bump in the road it is basically an indictment on Fickle. And when that's the nature of the atmosphere around the program, that's really, really hard to get out of.
I think, yeah, but my issue there is I just think the pressure building and pressure mounting where it kind of feels like it has to happen this year. Otherwise, if they miss a bowl game this year, he's potentially canned, right? Like we're in real hot seat discussion at this point, right?
AD.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a new
Yeah.
he's got a new AD. He's got, and yeah, I think he could get canned even if they make a bowl game. If it's not, I mean, like I think you're talking about 8 wins maybe.
I don't know
as the
that.
bench, like 6 or 7. I think he's still like in the danger zone.
Yeah, that's I think my concern with it, but I do really like what they did this offseason. I mean, I'll say this. I think, again, I can't say anything about their fan base. Can't do anything about, the expectations around that program or whatever. But we've talked about this program, Matt Rule here at Nebraska, where it felt like, hey, it took them this long it feels like this is the first offseason where they've been able to build up. They're not digging themselves up from the pit, It feels like this is the year they're able to build fully up. And I wonder a little about that with Fickle, where it's like, and some of this with Matt Rule and this staff has been what they inherited versus what they put together year one, and so that Matt Rule feels like he's got the staff and the alignment that he needs to build up. I think Luke Fickle's in that same spot where he feels like he's got the staff and the people around him to finally feel like he's got it. I just don't know if he's going to get the same runway and the same opportunity that Matt Rule does to see it through with the group he has, because I think there's going to be a lot of pressure this year. And like y'all are saying, any one trip up this year, I think the pressure starts to mount and the pressure starts to build. And I never like coaches feeling like they're backed into a corner. I wonder about when we get to that point with Wisconsin on the field this year, where Luke Fickle and that staff feel like they're backed into a corner and they've got to essentially win their way out of it. And that's never a good place to put your staff in. I worry about them being in that position, considering like if you had things to build up on, if you had like, I think they do. Like if you have the Mason Posts, you've got younger guys that you feel like are your culture builders and your culture establishers that you can lean on. Hopefully those guys can see you through those type of pressure situations. I don't know. It's going to be one of those things we're going to have to wait and see what this looks like in the fall.
Tim, do you think you have a vision of what like a guy like Khalil Taylor? They went back to kind of the little undersized.
Yeah.
They've gone back to the undersized receiver here. He's extremely dynamic. Do you think can you visualize how you think Nebraska wants to utilize him?
Yeah, I think the Matthew Golden comp's been out there. That's the one that I'll continue to stick to. I'd say Matthew Golden at Texas, Matthew Golden even at that last year at Houston before he transferred. A receiver that can win underneath but can also go up and get it. Someone that you manufacture touches for in the slot or out wide. But again, can also he's someone that you can trust when you're pushing the ball downfield. I would say sneaky speed, just like Matthew Golden, where he
didn't play near as fast as he tested. But I'm a huge Golden guy.
Yeah.
I was surprised he laid down such a blistering time because he made such tough contested catches all the time. I just never saw him running like wide open.
Right. And I think Khalil's another one of those guys where you don't really see, like he's fast on tape and he plays fast, but You see the verifieds and you're like, oh well, I didn't really know it was that fast. That's good to see. He's a good player though. I think Khalil's one of those guys who can win underneath, can win. Is this a playmaker? I mean, we're talking about a guy who recorded over 1,600 all-purpose yards last year, had multiple touchdowns on special teams, multiple touchdowns as a defensive back, intercepting passes and returning them to the house. He's a playmaker. He's got a knack for the end zone. I would say he's someone where, like, we talk about you hear that line, a threat to score from anywhere on the field. Khalil Taylor's like the example of a threat to score from pretty much anywhere on the field.
That is our guy, Tim Verghese, inside Nebraska. Tim, we appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, TV.
Appreciate you guys.
That's Tim Verghese from Inside Nebraska. Coming up next, we're going to talk to Paul RALSTON. He's the sideline reporter for North Dakota as we continue to work through Nebraska's non-con schedule. That's DBM Ravi, Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
Feeling tired? Foggy? Just off? At NextGen Male Medical Clinic, we offer hormone evaluations, peptides, supervised weight management for men and women. Most insurance accepted. Schedule a visit at nextgenmmc.com.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi, Lulla. We are joined now by Paul RALSTON. He is a sideline reporter for North Dakota. Paul, I apologize, running a little late there on us, but we appreciate you joining us today.
Great to be here. Football season's around the corner.
Well, it's funny too. We get the chance to talk to you with Nebraska on the schedule. I coach at a local area high school, and this can actually be part of the first leading question in Omaha. I've seen the Fighting Hawks logo more in this area the last 3 or 4 years. You could feel it coming, and I always ask the question of the staff. I mean, they're fantastic, and I always ask the question because I think South Dakota, in a similar vein, has had kind of this rapid ascent. How have you guys navigated, or how do you feel like they've navigated the fluidity of what's going on and with the Power Four conferences and still managed to kind of thrive and get better?
Well, the construction of the roster in today's college football world is so different than when I entered doing broadcasting for collegiate sports 15, 20 years ago. And you look at basically where we were during the traditional era before we had NIL and everything else and the transfer portal. There were areas you could go, Omaha, but we were in a fight back in the D2 days with Omaha when they had a football program to pull players out of the Nebraska area. And then certainly when we got to the FCS version, of course, we were playing in the Big Sky originally, going west a lot. And so families and young people at that during that timetable and kind of era of UND football, excuse me, was simply kind of a difficult thing to sell to young people. But now, because we're playing in a Midwest conference in the Missouri Valley in the FCS, and obviously NDSU had done well recruiting that area with a number of good players, and North Dakota has done particularly well. The other thing is that the bigger schools now are looking to not necessarily always recruit right out of high school. It really depends on the program, certainly. And, one of the things that North Dakota has done is that they've been able to pull good high schoolers out of the Nebraska area and are continuing to do so, because I think a lot of the Power 4 conferences, the Big 12, the Big 10, the SEC, and the ACC, they realize that, hey, if we can, find a few juniors and seniors off of FCS D2 rosters, however we want to construct it, our freshman classes may not be as large. Well, that allows North Dakota to come in and find some really talented players, at least for a few years. And so that's been kind of the method to the madness here recently over the last 5 years, but it's constantly changing, as you both well know.
Yeah. So, Paul, when you're talking about a program climbing and ascending the way we are with North Dakota, I look at last season and I find it really interesting, right? Because you got one possession loss to a top 20 Kansas State team, one possession loss to a top 5 Montana team, one possession loss to number 1 overall North Dakota State, one possession loss overtime to South Dakota State, right? Like, there's a theme here, right? The best teams on your schedule, you're knocking right on that door. Does this feel like, hey, ready to break through this year, or missed opportunities last year in terms of how you feel about where the roster and everything is at?
Interesting.
That's a great question. I think for the fan base is ready to break through, right? Coach Schmidt obviously has a great track record. Obviously he has his playing days here. He was on staff here. Then he went to go season himself with Coach DeBoer, who he got to know at Southern Illinois. And, they went and journeyed together at Fresno State in a national championship game with Washington. And so he learned a lot of things along the way. And he knew coming in for Bubba Schweigert, who had a good team that he brought to Nebraska just a few years ago, that pushed the Cornhuskers in a season where obviously they were having some issues, but still we're in that game going to the fourth quarter and just weren't able to get the job done. Coach Schmidt basically says to everybody, if you don't believe that you can go get it, I know he said it to when we went to Kansas State early last year, is that basically don't get on the plane. He expects to compete with everybody. That's the culture that he's building. And I think that, basically that culture kind of came out in a lot of those games, even though they were narrow losses. And boy, they were bitter, because every time you talk to Coach Schmidt, and unfortunately I get that duty, that's never the fun one. Reporter having to visit with a coach that's disappointed, but he was not happy. He felt he had chances to figure out ways to get wins in each and every single one of those games. And so for that staff, that disappointment in those games, even in the FCS playoffs last year, has driven this staff and this current roster forward throughout the spring and summer campaign. For the fan base, it's all been forward looking. Coach Schmidt, year one, what can we do? How far can we go in the FCS playoffs? What can we do when we play big boys? The fan base is chomping for this new season. I think the staff and the players on the roster have utilized it as kind of that dangling carrot, so to speak, for the near misses that were last season.
One of my very best friends, he's practically family's head coach at South Dakota State. Started coaching with him here in Omaha. I know what he thinks of Kaminsky. I know the year that he's coming off of was just a sophomore. What does the nation need to understand about Jerry Kaminsky getting a chance to come back and as a signal caller?
Well, Jerry Kaminsky, being a coach's kid, is his own toughest critic. And that's a great thing to have. He's cerebral from the standpoint of he wants to get in it and learn and figure out what didn't work out necessarily. And he was doing that even when he first arrived. I mean, he was asking for extra time with coordinators and position coaches, all great signs. And I would say that, for Jerry Kaminsky, the front part of the season last year was just, it was almost beyond expectation and almost put him in a situation of boy, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
As the season went on, I felt like Jerry had some struggles. And I think Jerry admittedly probably would say that he did. I think it was multifaceted. I think, our run game was really good on the front end of the season as you have injuries and different things. When you don't have a run game as going as well as it started, your quarterback's going to have some different things. Those are some different items. And this is a UND football team that is, even though it has a new offensive coordinator with Danny Freund, running the football still going to be an identity piece, but that's going to only be better for Jerry Kaminsky because he's a guy that has a versatility and he's not afraid to run. He would most likely choose, however, to find a receiver, get it out to a teammate, allow them to make a play. His differential is how he defers to his teammates and say, I don't have to make every play. I want you to make the play, but I have to make the throws. Certainly all the publicity he's gotten, how well he did in the Manning passing camp certainly has kind of ballooned up and hopefully for Jerry, and I know, having visited with him several times and had a chance to pick his brain, he's not going to have any more ego than he did a year ago when he came in as the starter. So just really lucky to have him leading the huddle, but he is being pushed. And that's the other thing I think for Coach Schmidt, he's demanding those quarterbacks continue to push Jerry Kaminsky. And I think Jerry last year responded incredibly well to it and will only continue to do so.
Yeah, it's fascinating. So one of our guys working out yesterday, Cole Payton, getting ready, and mentioned to him that we'd be talking North Dakota. And, when he talked about Kaminsky, and I don't think he played his best ball. I think he had the 3 picks and no touchdowns against NDSU, and he went through the stretch. He bounced back against Murray. And then there was, you took South Dakota State to overtime, and I think Tennessee Tech was a win. So those last 4 or 5 games in November, what about that stretch? Because I think that's kind of the part you're talking about, right? There were some ups and downs in that little stretch. What are the takeaways that you think we can see in Kaminsky that are portable to this upcoming season?
Well, I think for Jerry's purposes, I think he certainly showcased the arm to move the ball downfield. And so I think Jerry's just like any other young person. When I was young and I hit a golf shot, early in the round, I was going to probably have a good day, if I tucked it in close to the pin. If he hits one early, he just builds on his confidence. And it's almost as if it helps everything, progressions and everything. I thought last year, because maybe the run game, as I said, the play actions maybe weren't being as respected as the season progressed later in the year. It didn't allow him to have his progressions as it was early in the season. Sometimes he was only able to get through his first or second, or maybe he was it threw off his rhythm and tendencies. I think when Jerry's operating well, that's what's at this level. If you have a quarterback that's able to go through the progressions, through all the routes that are being run, and maybe get to that third or even fourth choice, basically, it really helps you. And I thought as the season progressed, that just was becoming more difficult because the offense was kind of, teams learn how to scout you. Teams learn, different tendencies on you. And I thought that challenged the North Dakota offense last season as the season progressed. To their credit, I mean, they were able to get get a win in the FCS playoffs, get to that next round. But I know that they desire more, and Jerry certainly does. And I just think that to do what he did as a sophomore, despite even a few bumps in the road, they'll take it as a great learning opportunity. And the second part of this, really quick here, guys, Danny Freund was in on the recruitment of Jerry Kaminsky. Is a Wisconsin native, returns as offensive coordinator. Danny is an incredibly enthusiastic individual. It's contagious. He was a successful quarterback here in the Division II era at North Dakota. He likes to make it fun for his offenses, keep them engaged. And I think Jerry's going to really respond to that. And I think that Jerry certainly had a good relationship with Coach Frichte. We wish him nothing but the best. He's a great guy, going to be at Minnesota. And but I think this new battery, so to speak, if you to use a baseball term, between Coach Freund and Jerry Kaminsky, I think is the next iteration. And I'm really kind of excited to see how it develops through the first couple of games of the season, getting to the Nebraska showdown.
Paul, you mentioned the running game earlier, and obviously, as you mentioned, Kaminsky can be a big part of that with his legs. He went for like 600 yards, I think, last year. But I'm curious about the running back position, right? Obviously, like Seidel moves on, Wake Forest, I believe. Z-Barth graduates, is out of eligibility. Those are the only two guys on the roster that I think you're returning outside of Kaminsky is Colton Brunel at a couple hundred yards last year. What does that room look like if that's an area of emphasis for North Dakota?
Yeah, I think you bring up an excellent point. North Dakota's been incredibly blessed with some really good running backs over the past several seasons. And, this next version, although maybe a few more question marks because maybe Colton Brunel and Chuck Langama don't have necessarily the number of carries coming in, but we've run into that before. But both have showcased well on the few touches that they have a year ago through the spring season.
Smaller guys too, right? Like it's like that. This I'm fascinated because the only big back is really Griffin, right?
Yeah. So you got Colton Brunel is about 6 foot, just over 200. Just had touchdown after touchdown in high school at Wisconsin. Yeah. Has just a nose for it. He's not going to be Colton to me is not going to be necessarily a guy that is going to be Sawyer Seidel where he can just break off a 45-yard run because of his speed and quickness. He will, make a cut in the hole, make you miss, and all of a sudden he's got 7-8 yards. Now Langama might have a little bit of that, but at only 5'8", you have to find him, and that helps him a little bit. That's certainly going to help him. I know they're really excited about Matt Lawson. Matt had a tremendous spring. Really did a lot of learning. He's a
Illinois
State, a Redbird. Okay. Yeah. And, we've had that pipeline a little bit over the years. We had a running back a few years ago to Northern Iowa, and of course it's early in the morning, so I'm not necessarily going to escape me. But so we've had a few of those transfer through basically our way as well. They just know that North Dakota's offensive line is typically pretty solid, and I think it should be this year. Seth Anderson has moved on, but there's a lot of key pieces, including a Faden out of the state of Nebraska.
Go Trace.
So yeah,
finest.
So we have an offensive line that I think running backs certainly want to have an opportunity to run behind. And I think that's going to be, if this North Dakota team does some things this season that it wants to, certainly that running game is going to be incredibly important, but that offensive line that has a number of returners has to kind of answer the bell and have a great season for them. And then everybody benefits. The running backs benefit. Jerry Kaminsky will certainly benefit. And then North Dakota in the win column, because Jerry and the running backs will do some great things. Everybody will benefit. But I will say the Missouri Valley, our fans sometimes forget that the Valley is in the FCS level. It is the one that kind of rings the bell every year as far as who's coming out of the Valley. And I know the Big Sky's right up there, and we've been in that league too. And Montana State's your most recent champion, but it's not. I will just say it's a pick 'em for me. There's about 5 teams. You just throw them in a hat. They're all going to be very good. You saw what Illinois State did. They kind of had a so-so season during the regular season a year ago, but they hit the button. They found what they liked. They had a seasoned quarterback, and they went all the way to the national title game. So you just have to. You can't. I love fan enthusiasm, but you can't disrespect anybody on the schedule in this league, and certainly our non-conference is going to ask a lot of questions of us as well as North Dakota gets into its season.
All right, last one for me. Just coming off of the last time I watched televised was Tarleton State, and I know Gabalis had the huge game passing for T-State. When you look at North Dakota defensively, how do they want to play? The couple 30-point games, the last handful. How do they? And I get it. It coexists with the offense too, kind of needing to do their part. But how do they want to play, in your opinion, when they're playing well?
Yeah, I will just say that from a standpoint, I think fast is number one, and every defense says that. But they moved from a Division II in a early FCS run of being a 34 to a 42 now with Coach Schmidt. The defensive ends, and you're going to hear about Lance Rucker when he went out of the game last year with the injury. That certainly hurt things because he was having a phenomenal run. in regards to, what he was doing defensively and just getting after the quarterback. Caden Vig on the opposite end, he's going to get not talked about. And I think him and Lance Rucker actually have a lawn business during the summer called Yard Dogs. So imagine those guys coming to your lawn to handle things. Basically, they're running their own business. They're entrepreneurs. So that's awesome. But they want to get after the quarterback. They want to be solid up front. The big question this year, I think, Malachi McNeil was just an absolute great guy in the middle of that defense. Of course, he moved on because he ran out of eligibility. It was just fantastic. Michael Devereaux will have to step into that role. He saw a lot of snaps in the middle of the field last year. Who's going to play next to him? That's going to be a big question. And then, just kind of how they shore up the back end. But North Dakota wants to make its corners basically, have to make some plays and be up to the task. I think they found one in Grant Nolan a year ago who, made some mistakes, but corners do. But he's young and he's emerging and he can make some plays out on the edge, and that allows those guys to play a little bit and make some plays. I think this defense will take some steps forward. There's no doubt about it. You saw it at points last year. I just think it's about getting the right personnel, but they have some pieces to build on, like Lance Rucker and Caden Vig on the edges, and then inside, certainly a player that's seen a lot of snaps. So it's just a matter of getting that next step on the defensive side of the ball, because North Dakota football, when it's had its best eras, whether it's the D2 or a Big Sky championship, their defense was heralded, and they want to get back to that. And Coach Schmidt, being a defensive guy, he wants to get back to it.
Yeah, a little funny anecdote on how the sausage was made. Last time I saw Ruck, we played them in the regular season in 24. They're our rival.
Yeah.
And he got finished wreaking havoc. And I came back on the show because then I have to be neutral, right? I'm not the coach. I'm the, having a sports talk show. And I said, that his ceiling is high. It was an incredible player that you could tell was just getting started. He was like 6'3" and he was like 210. And I'm like, he's an absolute menace. They could play him everywhere. And I'll guarantee you one thing. When he steps foot at Memorial Stadium to play Nebraska, he couldn't give two cares who the opponent is. He's going to bring the ruckus. Like he is fearless. And the yard dog thing is the most ruck thing that I have ever heard, because I think that's how he fancies himself.
He just plays with that attitude. He plays fast like they want to. And you're right. He came in wiry, right? I mean, there was a frame, but they had to build upon it. And he's been one of those players that I think was really, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but or his family's mouth, but North Dakota gave him that opportunity. Yeah. At that level, he was receiving interest, but it was kind of going to be a project. Develop Lance Rucker, who was going to be in for the ride. Well, North Dakota was going to be in from the beginning, and he's decided to chart that course moving forward with UND, and we're certainly thankful, because that's a great piece to kind of lay the defense on this year and say, Rucker, it's your defense, and everybody goes with you. And there's some other great pieces as well, but it certainly starts with him on the defensive end.
I told your staff at our place he was a steal. He was just getting started. Like. He on about a 12-story elevator. He was on about 4, and he was still really good. Fantastic. I appreciate the time, Paul.
Hey, thanks so much, guys. Look forward to seeing you all in September. Everybody's been so great when we've been there before. I've been there for basketball a few times as well, and look forward to it. It's going to be a great season ahead for both programs, and we'll see where we're all at here in September.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate you.
That is Paul Ralston, sideline reporter for North Dakota football, and great stuff there.
You remember Ruck?
Yeah. I forgot that he had ended up in North Dakota. I didn't really Well, yeah, you've got a little more vested interest, a little more imprint that he left on you.
PTSD.
That's great stuff there from Paul. We appreciate him joining us. Coming up next,
I bet Trey should start on the O-line for them.
Yeah,
he played all 11 games.
I think so.
11 games last year.
Yeah. Good stuff there from Paul. We've got Mike Sautter from Hurrdat Sports and NEB Preps coming up next. That's DBM Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live. Losing weight is harder than you expected, it's not just about willpower. At Next Gen Male Medical Clinic, we build a supervised plan around your body, not someone else's. Schedule a visit at nextgenmmc.com. Let's get you moving forward.
I mean, that was definitely a big transition for me, just being able to expand my game and shoot the outside shot. I mean, we've been working on that a lot lately, and I've been succeeding at it. I feel like I'm pretty confident in my shot now, which has been a great part. But yeah, it's really good. They're Bowden and Leo. They're both really good players. I mean, like you said, we're all very versatile, and we all have a different style of play, which brings a lot of different options to the table when it comes offensively. And also, we're all good rebounders and defenders. So I mean, just being able to play off each other and play with the guys that's really good for our team. That's pretty good. I mean, I like physicality. I'm a pretty physical player, and I think that's what helped me succeed in the summer league a little bit. So the transition, it's a lot more physical here, but I'm ready for it, and I like it a lot. But it's definitely been, everybody's just a lot more tougher and stronger. So.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Mike Sautter from Hurrdat Sports and NEB Preps, who's sitting in an arena right now. Mike, how we doing?
I'm good. I'm trying to cover up that logo in the background because you know me.
I said Jerome's in the house. Jerome's in the house. What's
you
up,
ain't,
bro?
You ain't paying me. I ain't giving you no extra.
Oh, I like how you think.
Yeah.
Plus, nobody needs a Bud Light at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well,
He said, well.
So how are things? So you're getting ready to tip, right?
No, I'm in Fargo
Oh,
for
yeah, you're
wrestling.
wrestling. That's right.
Yeah, Fargo for wrestling. Started at 8:00. So yeah, it's hectic. It's always hectic here. 36 mats across the Fargo Dome. If you're trying to catch one kid on one end of the floor, you can't get to the other end.
CHI for wrestling is measurable. That's 36. That's times 2.
Yeah,
right.
3.
Like the length, though. I'm talking about the length.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's aggressive. It's fun though. It's kind of exciting. You just do what I did. 7:30 this morning. I just slammed a double shot coffee drink and double shot of espresso coffee drink. Took me about 12 seconds to drink.
Wait, did you say and?
No, I just
like 2. Like you said,
no, just
it's
one.
Sam and
One double shot.
Okay.
Of espresso cold brew drink. I just chugged it.
So those still work for you? You'd think you'd need to like wean off of those for a while.
I'm a little like.
I can tell by your delivery.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You're cold or you're like on a rush.
No, I'm like. I already have enough energy. Now I'm like, oh my god, wait. Like,
let me ask you something before we get to the nitty gritty. We just talked to Paul RALSTON, who does sidelines for North Dakota, and as one of their emerging stars, do you know who he brought up?
No.
Lance Rucker.
Yeah,
remember I told you about Lance? I thought North Dakota coming in to get Ruck was a steal.
Yeah, now they're getting more guys now. So
that's what we talked about. It's like they're everywhere.
Yeah, Bryce Johnson's a guy could go up there and do really well. He's committed there. North Dakota State moving, out of FCS, that opens a door or a window for North Dakota, because South Dakota State and South Dakota can't take everybody, So there's definitely a window there. So yeah.
He said Ruck's up to 230.
Oh wow. That's
all 6'3" of them. And get this, he runs a lawn business called Yard Dogs. I said that's the most Lance Rucker thing ever.
It's fair. Yeah. Yeah.
I just love the disparity between FCS football. Can you imagine hearing in today's day and age that two guys from Nebraska had a lawn business in the off season? Yeah. It's like, it doesn't seem right.
Yeah, he's got a lawn business up at North Dakota.
They got to make some money somehow. They're getting paid a little bit, but it ain't a lot. It's not
And as you know, the lawn business is good business.
Lawn business is good business. My lawn business on my house is doing pretty well right now, actually, when I mowed the other day. So
looking pretty good shape.
Yeah, I was a little nervous with the heat and stuff, so I haven't double cut because I don't want to get too ruddy because it's not growing as fast now. So you got to kind of
Simadonna.
Yeah, you got to just once a week now is probably good. But a little bit of rain helped, and keep watering that thing, man. Keep watering that thing. 20 minutes a zone every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You'll be fine. That's all you got to do. So.
Wow. Jerome, Green Thumb, Sautter.
I just count on Mother Nature. If it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain.
Yeah, big Ollie Williams guy over here.
It's gonna rain.
Yeah, the whole Fireworks thing, and so we were actually in town. Sorry, I'm gonna get yard talky here. But we were in town for the 4th of July for the 3rd time in 20 years. So we decided to have people, come to our driveway, and my wife may or may not have made 30 Jell-O shots.
Adult males still consciously do that? Take those?
At that point of the night, it was about, after lighting off a bunch of fireworks and having like 20 people in my driveway with kids running around and running all over my front yard, which I just kind of let happen.
Wow, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
That was something.
That's a big step.
Yeah, because the morning I woke up, I'm like, oh, there's all this debris in my yard, and there's just, foot traffic. But I think it was maybe the couple of banquets I had too that maybe kind of helped me live through it a little bit.
Banquet style
Coors banquet.
Coors, yeah. Yep.
Banquet beer.
I didn't know you were the banquet guy.
That's a Schaefer thing. He got me on it.
Clearly.
And then I forgot I did get a 12er of Yingling that I bought. I didn't have all that because that would
that'd be aggressive.
Why?
Yeah.
No wonder he just keeps saying
He
what
keeps adding on.
Yeah.
I had a couple banquets and maybe a handful of Yingling. It's about
when he said handful, that's not what I thought he was going to say. And I was like, those milligrams, they add up. Don't do the handfuls.
And maybe about 3 Jell-O shots too. It was fun. It was a good night.
Jell-O shots, huh?
Hey, the 4th of July is my thing. So
I know. You and T-Mose. While you had Jell-O shots, did you get like a spritzer, some chicken nuggets, any tenders? What are the whole, like when I first started things?
I actually Blackstone some pork chops for dinner. So
ooh, okay.
Did you get the science down on how not to dry them out?
Yeah, you just don't. Well, one, you have to. I marinate them right, basically all day, and then I just quick hit them. Just you don't leave them on too long. Quick hit, like I'm talking like high heat, about minute and a half. Flip them, minute and a half. You're good to go. So not too hard. So we're talking like the little ones, not like the fillets. So
I got you. Can I talk a little summer league, high school summer league?
Yeah.
So it's kind of this is an interesting year from a talent standpoint, right? I think it's Webb, it's Donna. I'm talking like of the seniors. Gonna be seniors. Am I missing anything in terms of this Castor Horn maybe? Give me some older. Give me some seniors. Yeah.
Okay. Who is the kid? The kid from Central. Actually, you know what? I have my notebook right here, and I have notes that I took from all senior league, so summer league stuff. So give me 1 second. It's one of these 2 notebooks I have, and I have all the names down. So that I wrote throughout the whole. Yay! There we go. So Central Nathan Stavniak has had a great summer. He's going to be a senior. Let's see. Max Jungers showed me a lot in summer, even like a Monday night league. I remember watching him.
Hard to believe he's a senior already.
Yes. So let's see. Preston Avalon from Papio. Papio's going to be good, guys. Like they're going to be good again.
That last year.
Like they're going to be right there again, I think. So because Preston's good. Coach Pope does a great job too. Not senior. Elkhorn South. He might actually be their starting quarterback, but Charlie Bowler had a nice kind of summer too. Charlie Akins is another one that I have down. There's
somebody in the chat just said Trelly Aiken should be a killer, but don't know if it's in him.
He needs to get a little bit, stronger and bigger. We're talking about these are guys that aren't like Jordan Castor and guys that we don't. A guy I think he's just a junior, but Logan Christie for Millard South. Also, Millard South's going to be.
They're going to be good too.
They're going to be really good. Drake Brown, another one from Millard South. He transferred over from Gretna East.
Oh my gosh. Jerome, can I pause for a second? The guy over your left shoulder with the gray beard looks like a guy that I follow on TikTok. He cooks food, and he goes, "What we cooked today?" And he always talks about MF and cornbread.
My man looks like he's been camping out.
Listen, that's exactly what my guy does that I follow. I think
Is that a cowboy hat he's wearing?
No, it's a no.
Like a bowler?
I don't believe so. You can. Yeah, go ahead. Live radio.
I'm Hey, listen, when you go full-fledged snark, it's unparalleled. He said, yeah, full. Did you even know her?
No.
You're just being a Richard?
Just feel free. Live radio.
Nice guy.
All right, I'm sorry. Back to hoops.
Yeah, no, another like younger guys. So Prep's going to be all right if their guards can get figured out.
Yeah, I was going to say, how's the backcourt?
Yeah, well, one guy, Jabron Meadows, Othella's kid.
Yeah.
He's going to be a freshman. He's got a chance to be pretty good someday. Not right away, right? But someday he could be a guy for them. They got a lot of size. Isaac Torzon's a kid that definitely has a chance. Definitely has a chance to be a Division I guy, for sure. And he's just going to be a sophomore. So Mason Pugh, another guy there too. So at Prep. So Prep's another kind of scary team. But back to North South, Drake Brown coming over. Drake Brown offensively is, he might be the most got a full bag of offensive stuff. London's come a long way with that stuff. London's a great shooter and all that, but
once London decides it's pretty easy inside of 6 feet, it changes game dramatically.
Right, and so he
should go to the line 8 times a night.
Yeah, the thing with him is he's gonna have to play some kind of posty inside stuff, especially on the defensive end this year, because they're gonna look. Westside's going to look totally different as far as size-wise. But they do have, if they would have had just one of those point guards last year, I'm not sure anyone would have beat them, to be honest. And now they got, 5. So, yeah.
So, yeah. What about
go ahead.
What's going to surround Levi Webb?
Levi Webb? I think he's going to have to – he might average 30.
Well, he's already got the fluorescent green light.
Yeah, it's going to be brighter than that. What's the brightest green you can possibly –
I don't know, iridescent maybe?
Yeah. Whatever that green is, that's what Levi Webb has. He's also a great passer. He's really, really a great passer. They'll develop someone to hit some shots think last year for Papio South, Brett Beckenauer hit some big-time shots. He was a tough kid. By the way, did you know that Grant Beckenauer, football, basketball, baseball kid, no, not Beckenauer, it's somebody else, missed only 3 days off the whole year because they kept winning.
Do you know who that was in high school?
Who?
Cristo. That was
really?
Drew Cristo. Drew Cristo, I think one time told me had 9 off days.
So here it is. Brady Alderson. Had he was a part of 55 wins last year as a role player in basketball and football and a solid contributor in baseball. 1 state championship, 2 runner-ups, 2 Metro championships in his career. This was in May. In May, he had 3 total days off. The whole high school year. That's insane.
So, Jerome, I saw where Lewis Central won the IWCC 7-on-7. I'm not super surprised by that, but
yeah.
Where would they belong in Class A?
They'd be in the conversation of that middle tier, your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's a big number.
Who else is in that tier?
Who else? Yeah, give me a frame of reference.
Oh, man.
Miller North?
Yeah, that, in that group. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you?
So, like I said about Bennington, I think Bennington's going to be perfectly fine in Class A this year. They'll lose a couple games and whatever, but depth might catch up to them. They're not as deep as they were. Numbers are big, but the depth of talented players this year but I do think they'll be fine. Like Lewis Central is kind of like that Bennington feel, right? Vibe. They're always in the 3A state title or semifinals or something in Iowa, which is like our Class B in Nebraska.
Have you seen enough 7-on-7, which has been a ton, to be thinking dark horse yet?
Man. Who was I? So I was at Norris. Lincoln Southwest won that Norris event.
I have a question.
And Papio actually was pretty good. So Papio, obviously, with their line play, like especially Vignes playing center, I think you just run right behind Vignes all day long.
At India, he's going to be an all-conference center. He will get drafted.
No question.
Vignes
awesome.
In 2026, I'm telling you, Vignes will get drafted.
He's awesome because his feet in basketball, watch him play basketball, and like his footwork is amazing. That's why being an interior lineman guard center, he'll probably end up being a center. He'll be phenomenal in DSU. The way they develop linemen like that, he will be phenomenal. He'll have an All-American career. Well, I guess he would have been an FCS All-American now that they're in Mountain West. He'll still be fine. You're right. I think he could get drafted, no question. He's huge. Saw him 2 weeks ago. He's like barrel-chested and he's
highly motivated.
Yeah, now, yeah. From not having to go to NDSU and not K-State
and I don't want to say it like that because it's a great fit and it's a great program and they play for national titles. But I think what happened with some of the pulling of the offers while he was kind of checking things out was Bush League.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's, for my money, outside of your like Justin Parrish, who has like the size and the measurable stuff, right? Like Vignes is the best lineman in the senior class. Like he might be the best lineman just overall in any class, doesn't matter. And that I'm talking like high school lineman that you need, like a dude like that, like not projection out measurably stuff, because there are guys like your Justin Parishes that are just taller and longer and have those things, and that's where those offers come in. But Vignes is mean. He's tough.
He's certainly that.
He's tough, and he's for my money. I would feel good about saying he's the best lineman in Nebraska right now.
Sautter, DB asked about Darkhorses. Do you think that is a real thing this year in Class A, or are the top two too far apart from everybody else?
Well, you still got to have a dark horse.
Yeah. It depends on what you mean, I guess. Like, if you mean dark horse, like, hey, could be interesting, maybe make a semifinal, sure. If you mean, like, actually win a state title, I think we're having a different conversation, maybe.
A lot has to go right from a health standpoint.
Sure. I think we're underselling Creighton Prep a little bit right now. No one's talking about them, so that would be my Hey, now they'll be a top 10 team for sure. That
group's been playing together for a long time.
Yeah,
nobody's more all in on Prep than I am. Like
their line play too. Like
we played a team on 7-on-7. I'm not even going to say who. And at the very end, they're like, "Hey, you guys, go get Millard South." And we huddled up as a team, and I said, "Listen, I appreciate the accolade. I appreciate that. Whatever." I said, "Bring it in close, guys. Get your asses in here. Bring it in close. We are not worried about week 9. You better worry about the team in week 1 that's going to try to beat your ass."
Yeah.
Like hearing it was cool, right? Oh, hey,
you said ass. You just said ass.
I did. I said it because I cringed.
Yeah,
because I know what we're getting ready to see.
Yeah, no, they're gonna.
I'm like, hey, listen, guys, don't you let that rat poison creep in. Like, we will be dialed.
They're gonna try and do some keister shoving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I said. I mean, it lit me up like a Christmas tree. I was like, I didn't want to say it loud. I didn't want. As close as we could get with 29 guys doing passing league on the varsity, and I was like, bring it in here. It's like, Nah,
like
man.
Jake Brock, like they're full of like D2 linemen, right? Like, and that's good. Like they have all those guys. Like Jake Brock's played a lot of football
And he's way good.
Yeah, and he's really good. So like he's like the name, of them. But they got a bunch of guys like that. And Coach Young, like he'd rather just 3 yards in a cloud of dust you all day long on offense. So they're gonna be Prep's that team that no one's talking about enough, I think. If you want to talk dark horse, for me a dark horse is like your 8 to 15 range. And right now I don't know if there's anyone that can like make a semi in that situation, unless Bennington stays fully healthy, line play wise. Because Ty Bufakea is not a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
They also got a pretty good running back.
And they have a fantastic coach.
Yeah, like their coach is amazing. So
and they're used to winning.
Yeah, so like maybe that's your like could make a quarterfinal or something.
And I think that
right?
would surprise a lot of people too, just with the jump up in classes. Like if people if you're a casual observer of Class A football, I think you'd probably be surprised that Bennington would be in that position if they end up there.
Yeah, I'm not like I watching enough. I think they're I think they'll be just fine. Cam is a really fantastic coach.
Sorry, Jerome. How good does Goodwater have to be for Bellevue West?
Pretty good. He had a nice June. Like he throws it really well. He's big, strong. He's a guy that like you could see like getting some, college recruiting love just because his size and throws it really well. He's got to be on the money. Like, losing the couple guys they did to transfer doesn't help, obviously. But he's got to be pretty good. They're a team that, could, should make the playoffs and could win their first one and make a little bit of a run at maybe, a quarterfinal, semifinal if the right matchup happens.
Yeah.
You got to stay again, a team that has to stay pretty healthy. Pokorski's kid's going to be really good, by the way.
That's what I keep hearing.
He's huge. Well, look at Mike. He's not small. So.
And which means he'll also be well coached.
Yeah. So I mean, there's guys they have to have come along.
I've seen him from literally out of the womb.
There's guys that they need to come along like that are young, that need. They do have a lot of speed though. Like they're still going to be all right in throwing the ball. Like they
can Central be good enough up front?
I don't know. I haven't seen them. Their size up front there. I haven't seen them yet.
They have really good skill.
Yeah. Gosh, why am I blanking on the name? Help me, Damon.
Cam Berry?
Cam, yeah, duh. Oh, yeah. I love Cam Berry. He's awesome.
The free world loves Cam Berry.
Yeah, he's amazing. Like he's really good.
Fantastic kid too.
Yeah, like so North and them played each other.
You know what people would talk about Cam? Like at Westside Middle, like in the hallway, like he's like the poster child.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good to hear. North and them played in the locker room camp jamboree, like scrimmage thing, and North handled them pretty well in that situation. So we'll see, how that works. But if that's any sort of, indication, North might be pretty good. So
so here's our guy. Here's what we cooked. What we cooked today. And I want you to take a close look.
Today,
guys,
God. It's been raining all day. My wife said,
"Where'd bro go?
Cook something."
What's that guy's name?
And she even kind of threw in, not thinking about it. She said, "Cook something a little bougie tonight."
Bougie.
Bougie. Cook something a little bougie.
Hey, my man has his line is when he always makes cornbread. And he's always like, what else we gotta have? We gotta have that MF and cornbread. And it's like his signature. And AJ, you can watch it to see if he opens up the canister for cornbread. But it's like the funniest thing ever. And the dude has like millions of followers. And he does all his cooking in that little setup. He cuts his own wood. He's the cast iron skillet guy. He's Tasso and he's cajun.
Hey, cornbread, like a little moist cornbread. Damon, you would know what I'm talking about. Little
I hate cornbread. Why would I know, Jerome? I don't even like cornbread. Why would I know? You might want to ask D about that. Not.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, D.
I say
D.
like cornbread, right?
She loves cornbread.
Does Kim like cornbread?
Yes, she does.
Ah, it's Kim. Kim would know. Moist cornbread.
We've seen the first 2 hours of this show.
Moist cornbread with little honey.
Yep.
Ooh,
yep. I'm here
so
for it.
good.
I'm out of cornbread.
All right, Sautter, have fun in North Dakota, and I don't know. We'll talk to you later.
Hey, Fargo in July is beautiful, by the way. I woke up, I walked out, and there was a rainbow, and I'm like, oh, today's going to be a great day. And then I smacked that double shot espresso energy drink thing. Woo.
Yeah.
Good day.
Taste the rainbow.
That's different. I ain't doing it.
Those are Skittles. Mike, we'll talk to you later, buddy. Have fun.
See you, Jerome.
That's Mike Sautter, Hurrdat Sports NAB Preps coming up. We've got Todd Walker to talk a little bit of Bowling Green as we wrap up Nebraska's non-con previews here today. That's DBM Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live. Everyone's talking about peptides. You are doing it right. At NextGen Male Medical Clinic, peptide treatments are clinician guided, tailored to your goals, monitored for safety. Call today or visit nextgenmmc.com.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're a super fun group, just a lot of good dudes. And obviously, as we start to continue to play more live, you start to see, why the coaching staff really liked a lot of these guys. And super talented. They all do a lot of really good things. But ultimately, everybody's pretty unselfish again. And it's just been a fun group to play with. Sharing the ball, high assist, low turnover, obviously, is what our recipe is. And so if we can kind of replicate that and then obviously rebound at a high level, that gives us the best chance to win. And so we just have to continue to knock away at those things. Yeah, it's a process. We started right away, day one, like that was what we were going to put in. And the sooner that you can understand the concepts, both offensively and defensively, the faster that we can progress and get to the next level of things. And so, we started with the basics right away. And I think that that's something we just keep talking about with the new guys. Is like once you master the simple things, you can continue to take the next steps. And so, not just the new guys, obviously, but also the guys coming back is like do the simple things really well. And then that allows you to learn and to kind of advance and the integrate that word into the small details and the things that they our coaches are really good at, and they can put us in positions to succeed.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Todd Walker, the play-by-play voice of Bowling Green football. Todd, apologize. We've been running a little late all morning, but we appreciate you joining us. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I stiffed you guys yesterday, so
Hey, we're not petty, and we keep no score. So the skipping yesterday is not worth the 5 minutes we were late today. We try to be more professional. We apologize.
no problem, guys. Good to be with you.
Todd, as we kind of look at the I want to start with Bowling Green before we get to the Nebraska part of this. I'm curious here. Obviously, you're coming off Eddie George year one, but I've been wondering how the Scott Leffler tenure is viewed by Bowling Green. Obviously, started off kind of rough, sort of got things going at the end, then leaves for Philadelphia. Like, what were the thoughts when he left and the state that the program was in that he left it in?
I think the state he left it in was in a very good spot, especially compared to when he came in. It was really bad timing for a rebuild. His first year was 2019, and then he started on a path to do it one way, and then, of course, we know what happened in 2020. Blew up for various reasons, and then you added in the chaos of the current landscape we have in college athletics. Really had to change the rebuild plan midstream from focusing on bringing in high school recruits, building people, developing talent to kind of a different model. And I think everybody in Bowling Green respects the job Scott Leffler did. He worked his tail off for BGSU. He loved BGSU, and the program was very bad when he came. Let's not sugarcoat it. And he left it in a very solid position. Coach George's team went 4-8 last year for various reasons, but Scott Leffler really built the program into a solid footing going from year to year. And now it comes down to transfer portal hits and misses sometimes can spell your success or failure in a season. And last year, the failure came down to the fact they just never found a quarterback that could be good enough to get them wins. In previous years, with some Power 5 transfers, the Falcons had good to very good quarterback play and had some successful seasons. So I think the Scott Leffler era will be remembered for his work that he put in, his dedication, and his ability to put us back on solid footing as a football program moving forward for whoever took over.
So taking over for him was Eddie George, obviously high-profile name, especially in the state of Ohio. I guess you don't have to put a grade on it, but just how would you assess how year one went? You talked about the inability to find a quarterback, but outside of that, which I know is a big elephant in the room, right? But outside of the inability to find a quarterback that worked, how do you feel like the transition went and year one went overall in terms of, again, kind of state of the program and health of the program moving forward under Eddie George?
Well, I think the timing of it was not ideal. That happened in March, so that was a bad start for any coach. I think Eddie's notoriety and his reputation helped that transition be a little smoother. They were able to get some pretty significant transfers, but ultimately the quarterback situation sort of bottomed out. But I think you saw a lot of good things in the first year. You saw a focus on the run game and a physical, gritty style of team, which I think will play well in Bowling Green and in the Mid-American Conference. And I think what you most importantly saw was the team took to Coach George and his coaching staff and what they were trying to do. There wasn't a lot of discontent. There weren't a lot of people bailing out any more than you always have now because of transfer portal. So I think all of that was very positive. Obviously, the fans took to Coach George immediately, and he has been very visible and present in the community and doing all of that. So I think really on the field, they were looking good at midseason, and then it kind of got away from them. So I think if you had to give it a grade, I would give it a C+. I think there were a lot of good things, but ultimately, you are who you are on the record book, right? They were 4-8, so things to work on. But I think all in all, it went about as well as you could expect. And if the quarterback play had been up to par, I think you see that team in a bowl game last year.
No, it's fascinating when the name can actually supersede the prowess. I think some people were pleasantly surprised by the job that he'd done at Tennessee State. Could you separate the two without a real
like the prowess versus the coaching ability,
like a baseline barometer between what happened in the accomplishments at his first stop before getting the job at Bowling Green? Like, was it just because it was Eddie George, or was there a lot of discussion about the job that he did at his previous stop?
Well, I think what he did at Tennessee State is where it started.
Okay? Yeah.
He said, so that obviously is another factor. But if you look at what he did at Tennessee State, he was at a school that didn't have a lot of resources and didn't have a lot of cachet or history, and he turned them into a championship level team at that level. So,
Coach of the Year.
Yeah, Coach of the Year, did a lot of great things, and now he's decided to take the next step and come into the Mid-American Conference and Division I football here, a division the FC or FBS level. So, yeah, I think his coaching prowess at Tennessee State showed his ability to build a team, build a culture, and build a winning mindset. And really, that is a big part of coaching. And I think really the X's and O's part sorts itself out as time goes on. He brought a lot of guys with him that helped with continuity on the staff. So I think all of that played to his favor. And clearly, him being as well known as he is and beloved in the state of Ohio helped. But if he hadn't had a record of success there at Tennessee State and had shown something in his young coaching career, I doubt BG could just take a chance on a guy who's never coached at any level or something like that. He did the job at Tennessee State, and that got him the opportunity to move to Bowling Green.
There's varying degrees of expectation levels based on past history. And I'm saying that joking as a guy that played at Nebraska in the 90s. But, Bowling Green, listen, Bowling Green, the sidelines were patrolled by Urban Meyer. That was peak Falcons. And I'm just curious. There comes a time frame. It's removed. College football has changed dramatically. What's the expectation level, do you think, of what? Because that's often where you get into trouble, right? Where the practical versus the expectation, depending on how far apart it is how good a job you think the coach is doing. How closely connected do you think those two things are?
Guys, I would say the Bowling Green fan base is among the most grounded you'll find. I think expectations are that Bowling Green should be in the mix to win the Mid-American Conference every year in bowl games. I think that's the expectation, but I think people are also realistic, especially in today's volatile world, that from year to year, continuity is harder than ever to maintain, especially at the group of 5 level. So I think here the expectations are well grounded and well reasoned, but of course losing more than you are expected to has a very negative effect. I think really that's where the fan base expects to be every year, that they should be in the mix to win the conference, maybe pull an upset over a big team here and there, but more importantly, beat Toledo, and those sort of things, and do it right. Bowling Green's not a place where they're like, well, they broke a few rules, or maybe they're skirting the rules, and we're okay with that. That doesn't fly at Bowling Green. They want their coach to do things right, their players as well. So all of that really mixes in for, I think, a unique set of expectations. They certainly want to win, expect to win, but I think if you could sort of poll our electorate, so to speak, probably the most among the most reasonable you'll find.
So explosive Toledo was on offense a year ago. I think 8-5 season or whatever, and they're always good offensively. And I get the rival and the beat Toledo thing. Does the fan base make the comparison on how they want to play? Because the styles are you guys seem tougher, a little more blue collar, a little grittier. How do I get the, hey, beat Toledo, but this is how Toledo plays versus this is who Bowling Green's identity is? Are those two things, like, how does that mesh?
Yeah, it's interesting to think about it that way. I think sometimes that'll morph with who's coaching the team.
Gotcha.
Handles teams, obviously, as you said, were more known for their offense over the years. But if you go back in time, Toledo maybe was a more ground-oriented, grittier type of program, depending on who was coaching them. Whether it was Gary Pinkel or even Nick Saban back in the day. So I think right now, though, that the jury's kind of out because Coach Jacobs has come in there at Toledo and going to try and do things his way. And he's a Northwest Ohio native. The expectation is he's going to be successful. So there's a kind of a new dynamic there, and I'll be interested to see how that plays out.
Speaking of quarterback play, as we were earlier, it was a big point of concern last year. Brought in a couple new guys this year, and full disclosure, Bowling Green has a history with a couple quarterbacks I was a huge fan of, in Josh Harris and Omar Jacobs.
I was going to bring up Omar Jacobs.
I loved Omar. He had one of the best.
I played
years.
with him on the video game.
Oh man, he had one of the best. I think it was like 04, 05, where he went like 40 touchdowns and 4 picks or something. And back when nobody did that.
Well, and he was throwing to Mangum. I remember.
There's a nice history of really good quarterback play out of Bowling Green. Don't think you're going to ask for Omar Jacobs numbers, but is there hope that the quarterback situation has been figured out with some of the new guys they brought in?
Well, and I don't want to disrespect any of our quarterbacks, but I think it's obvious that Austin Novosad, coming from Oregon, has got to be the guy. Obviously a high ceiling. He was a huge recruit out of high school. He's been somewhat stuck behind high-level transfers at Oregon. Guys come in and all of a sudden they are slated into the starting job and they get drafted and play in the NFL. So and clearly has the talent to play very well at any collegiate level, and especially in the Mid-American Conference. They need him to reach that kind of level, even though he's not seen a lot of snaps on the college football field in real games. This is a guy that has a type of talent that you don't normally get access to in the Mid-American Conference. So I think if he's up to that challenge, Bowling Green can be in the mix to win the Mid-American Conference. If he's maybe a little shaky or, that inexperience shows, that's going to be a damper on the season. And of course, injuries are always a wild card. So I think, again, you bring in a guy with that high profile via the transfer portal, we'll talk about a quarterback competition or what have you, but he's got to be the guy. If he's not the starter at the front of the season, then something went wrong.
How soon? Obviously, the better, but probably the most important thing you've got to figure out before you come to Lincoln, Nebraska?
I think offensive line would be right there with quarterback. We lost 5 starters from last year. They were all seniors, although one found another year of eligibility somewhere, transferred. All 5 of them are gone. So there are some guys that are ready to step in that have been backups and have played, decent snaps in real games. So it's not as big a concern as it may have been in previous years. And that's part of the legacy of what Coach Leffler did, too. We talked about that. These guys that are going to step in and start in the O-line were recruited by Leffler and his staff as their number one focus for 2 or 3 years was to try and build up the depth on the O-line so that they could develop that talent. We'll see how that works out this year. But clearly, offensive line and quarterback are huge. But, guys, I'm also thinking we got to find a receiver that can make plays. And that for BG the last several years, there's not been a wide receiver that really threatened the defense, and that's got to change if the passing game is going to be dynamic, and that is, of course, a work in progress here.
Speaking of progress, this is the last one for me, Todd. In year 2 of Eddie George, you talked about hey, you got to beat Toledo. What would be seen around Bowling Green as, hey, clear step of progress and in the right direction in year 2?
I think a clear step in the right direction would be have a chance to win the conference championship when you get to the season. And you're probably going to have to win 6 conference games to really truly have a chance. So as this season goes on, you've got to win those games that you're supposed to win, and you got to steal one against contenders. You look at our schedule. We open with Miami. They've been among the best 2 or 3 teams in the league for several years now. That huge game to start the conference season in Oxford. And then they've got Western Michigan on the road as well and Toledo on the road. Those 3 games, I think, are going to spell the difference between contender and, also ran. They're not.
I like that.
You always like to get a win or 2 there. It's a very tough non-con schedule. Tarleton State is the home opener coming up from Texas. That's the first game of the season. And as you know, we come to Lincoln, and then we go to Ames, and then we host South Florida. A very good program. So I think really what this season is about is getting to that MAC championship game, at the very least, have a chance to play your way in late in the season.
That is Todd Walker.
Fantastic.
Todd, appreciate the time and appreciate you rescheduling with us so we could get the insight on Bowling Green, and we'll see you when you come to Lincoln.
Guys, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for having me on.
Best wishes, Todd. Thanks, buddy.
That is Todd Walker, play-by-play voice for the Bowling Green Falcons.
Got that play-by-play voice, doesn't he?
That was a little. That was more aggressive on the progress question than I was expecting.
Yeah, win the MAC.
I mean, give himself a shot, right? He said make the championship game, right? So that's. I thought like make a bowl game.
Well, and I mean you're replacing 5 starters along the offensive line,
and you got a new quarterback. That's
funny.
That's a tall ask.
I played with. Do you know why I played with Bowling Green on the game? And this is way back at Curtis, 150 Curtis. So
yeah,
this is early 2000s. When I would change their guys' uniforms and I could do their spats, the Falcon and the dirty uniform, like the orange brown, it just looks sweet. And they had just good enough players where
it'd be fun.
It was really fun.
Dude, I loved Omar Jacobs.
He was sweet.
Like, and people forget about Josh Harris right before him.
He was sweet.
But like Omar Jacobs was a dude.
Yeah. Long, blonde, free-flowing hair. Was it Mangum, Magnum, wide receiver?
I'd have
I
to
think
look
we're
it up.
21. I'm telling you, man. Like I was all in on Bowling Green.
I was just,
and that was really before I thought much of anything about Urban Meyer.
Nobody did. I mean, he was. So by the time Jacobs was
not even, I kind of skipped over Utah.
So by the time,
did you?
No, because I liked Alex Smith a lot.
Yeah.
So, but
I can't go back and be like, oh yeah, like I just like,
I was a big Alex Smith fan, so like I liked because I knew the 49ers were going to have an opportunity in that draft, and so I was paying attention to Rodgers and Alex Smith.
I got you.
So I was ulterior motives. I was paying attention.
Hard to believe
Utah.
Rodgers was such a great pro with Tedford. And you watched him throw, and you're like, is that going to work?
Yeah, and like Tedford's considered a good quarterback coach.
Is that going to work?
Yeah, it did apparently.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's fine.
He have an okay career?
He did okay,
but although he did change his mechanics drastically,
he did. Yeah, he the downtime in Green Bay was well spent.
Yeah,
and needed. I also think. I mean, Alex Smith had a good career too. Like when you compare the two, obviously it's tough, but especially considering the circumstances that Alex Smith went into, where he had, I think, 4 head coaches and like 6 offensive coordinators in his first 7 years or whatever. Yeah. Like he was pretty good considering what he had to deal with early.
Hey, Jimmy Neutron, how my Cajun cooking guy? Is he in that? How long is that clip?
What we cooked today, guys, been raining all day. My wife said, go home, cook something. And she even kind of threw in, not thinking about it, she said, cook something a little bougie tonight. I said, not a problem. Got home, said, I'm going to do a 15-bean soup. And I threw in a jalapeno, bougie bites.
Does he live outdoors?
I've already had a taste of this. I can tell you right now, this is absolutely on point. Before I start with that, I'm going to come over here to my favorite, that motherfucking corn.
I feel like his definition of bougie is a little different.
Yeah, he said bougie, and I wasn't expecting 15 beans.
In the bottom of this bowl.
He doesn't mean 15 beans in the pot. He means 15 different.
No, I know.
Yeah. He makes
right over the top.
everything.
Look at that. Ooh, look at that bougie bologna. 15-bean soup. And that motherfucking cornbread.
So he did everyone.
You don't hear.
Is that beard real? By the way,
Oh yeah,
I mean he looks
absolutely
like
real.
Santa.
Like sometimes he's just going out to get wood. He'll cook on like this stove that you put. It's black and it has. I mean, it's old school, right? He cooks. He's got these huge these cast iron skillets. Like he's a stud.
You don't hear bougie bologna a lot. Like that's not a
not a term. Show the little package.
So if 15 beans is bougie, how many is not bougie?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like what's your standard bean count?
You should
like
see
6?
like his jambalaya and his gumbo. It is unbelievable.
It did look delicious. Like I want that 15 beans.
I'm not eating that, and I don't like cornbread. I just think it's funny.
Do you like MF and cornbread?
Too many beans might clear you out.
Was that funny, Shane? Is that a dude just laughs out loud?
It was funny because it was like I think it was picking up on Austin's mic, and so it was just like,
Shane, what made that funny?
MF and Cornbread.
Oh man,
well, that might be the hardest I've laughed in a long time.
It's good for it's good for the soul.
It's good.
I'm surprised we knocked out because we really didn't decide until Monday, Tuesday to try to cram the non-con schedule in this week. And
good on you, Shane. That was a good job.
You pulled it off.
Yeah, good job. I appreciate that.
Because we had to get back on.
We had to get back on schedule, and then now we'll do. I think we are on track for one a week on the conference schedule before the season starts. So
for doing all that.
Yeah.
Can I get some MF and Cornbread?
What we cooked today?
Some bougie 15-bean bologna soup.
What we cooked today?
MF and Cornbread.
My man said, "Play for a MAC, be in the hunt for a MAC championship."
Yeah, like I understand that being the goal, but as that being the sign of progress, seemed aggressive. Like I thought, like, hey, make a bowl game, maybe beat Toledo, like that. I thought would have been the measuring stick. That's aggressive.
Go Ravi, beat Toledo.
I hope so.
Like, go Army, beat Navy.
Yeah. I don't play Toledo this year.
Are you on the game? The video game?
I haven't started the new one yet.
You do play?
I played the original, or not the original.
I didn't know DeMarinis was such a.
Oh yeah, he's a gamer. He plays like the show all the time. MLB the Show. Like he plays some games.
I hadn't gotten a text from DeMarinis in months, and he sent me like screenshots of the new uniforms in the game and sent me a whole breakdown of it. It was very funny. So I was like, "Oh, that's DeMarinis."
The other day that he's like, "I've got the best putter of all time."
So I figured out why. You always ask me why I like him so much, and there's a multitude of reasons. But
I don't ask you about I love DeMarinis. I don't ever ask you about him.
Early.
Oh, maybe.
So there used to kind of be this mystique. Remember the couple times he co-host Shane, and I never knew, like, he didn't really give you much, but he's funny, right? And so I was like, oh, he's pretty distinguished. I can't really jack around. I kind of got to be on my A game. And he is exceptionally bright.
Oh yeah, super smart guy.
Like
super bright guy.
What do they call that when you're laying in the cuff?
Cut.
That's
what I was. He has this other component to him that I'm like, it's so far off of the what you see versus.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
no, he'll
remember
cut
the
you.
dynasties last year and like and I'm like, I mean, this dude, he's like into
yeah,
this.
he's into it. Yeah, I love DeMarinis. That's my guy.
He's funny though.
No, super funny dude. Super funny dude. No, I like the game.
Should I invite DeMarinis to join my dynasty?
Listen,
yes, he would love it. He would love it.
I think he gives me the impression, though, Suave, he's pretty competitive.
That's fine.
He'd want to get after it.
Well, you seem so like. And do you have another side, Rico, where you're like, where you have to like? Is there another secret competitive side to you?
You like turn it on?
Yeah, because he's pretty easygoing.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there is. I've seen it. We played some pickup football once, and like he kind of like.
Oh, he turns into a different dude.
He kind of started going a little bit.
Okay.
I do not like to lose. It doesn't mean I don't lose. I lose quite often. I don't like it.
I don't enjoy it. I don't feel good about it.
I don't know who's signing up for losing.
You know what? I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I was tripping.
It's the people that just want to have fun. I don't like that. Don't just have fun. I'm trying to win.
Yeah, I
like Elmo.
I grew up playing video games in the world of guys like Jay Sims who traveled with his console and his own controllers.
Oh yeah.
And made sure that your memory card was not hot and you did not do any edits. And
What does that mean?
Well, you could like load your own rosters and kind of boost guys.
Yeah, you could catch you a little bit.
Yeah, he was having none of
like,
it.
no, we're playing.
He would say things like, DB, I ain't playing. He's not playing like an 81. There ain't no 81 catch. Let me see. Pull him up. Let me see your roster.
Oh, he's checking you?
Oh, yeah. Constantly. Yeah, don't play with Jay.
No, I haven't gotten the new version of the game yet. I probably will, but I haven't yet.
Can't you just download it now?
Yeah. I just haven't.
Okay.
Because I haven't played. So what I usually do is I end up I'll get the new one. I'll play for like a month a lot, and then I basically don't touch it for the next year.
Yeah.
And so I just haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm going to need to, though. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of time. Like, if I don't start pretty soon, we'll run into football. I won't have time to play at all.
AJ, you're a gamer.
No. I'm not.
At all?
During our break, I booted up my NCAA 14, and I started a dynasty with Tulane, and I won't touch it until next year.
Wait, what's their name again?
Tulane.
Tulane?
Tulane.
Like mustache?
I mean, if you're not from the country, you wouldn't understand, so I get it. Just
it's like bussies.
Well, me and Cajun cooking, you wouldn't understand our language, so.
Okay.
You know, there's
Tulane.
There's a Bussey's gas station right next to Tulane, and they got the best MF and cornbread.
All right, listen. Of people who have said weird things, don't come at me for Tulane if we're not going to attack Rico for mustache.
I just did. I literally just hit him with the mustache.
Why are you saying you did attack me quite heavily?
Honestly, we haven't made fun of
you don't
Rico
count.
enough this week.
Rico,
Let's
you don't
make more
count.
fun of Rico.
Rico, you don't count in this discussion. Between the four of us, we actually think Rico was saying that he thought he was saying that correctly.
Yes.
That was not a bit.
Yeah, he was.
I think he thought that's how it was said.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, AJ, you thought like
he wasn't doing a bit. Like he was. That's how he actually says it.
We gotta have.
It's Tulane, is it not Tulane?
No, we're talking about mustache.
Oh, we're talking about mustache. Okay, never mind.
He could just Yeah, he was saying that.
Yeah.
And I was like, is he throwing me off?
This is the mustache meat. I'm like, what?
And I can't ask Shane because he mispronounces things all the time.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I just said a word.
He gets some hamburger stuff.
No, I didn't want to hammer you, Rico.
Gets the hamburger.
I mean,
stuff.
you know what? Since it's Friday,
What?
Fuck you, Austin.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah, what Austin do?
Why you say fuck 50? What did I do?
That's one of my favorite clips. I do that all the time, and people have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm like, F me, what I do? And they're like, what? I'm like, don't worry about it.
I think Austin's just the easiest to cuss at.
I don't know. I don't know.
mean, if you were gonna do it,
I'm
he
the
does
easiest to get mad at.
He does the most out of pocket things.
Yeah,
and they're not like yours.
What do you mean?
Yours are, it's timely. It's about the delivery.
Oh,
it's very subtle, not subtle. His is just
hit you with a hammer.
Yeah, like. Like he could be quiet for 30 minutes. You don't hear anything.
That's because he's making an AI generated something to somebody that's going to be it's going to just tear you apart.
AI.
Austin was loved too much as a kid. People loved him too much. That was a problem. Now he's like, all right, I gotta.
Jimmy Neutron, you do know it's Tulane, not Tulane.
That's Tulane.
Like 2 chains.
I'm gonna AI how to pronounce Tulane.
It's Tulane. Like, what?
I thought it was Tulane.
Sorry, I didn't go to a high and proper OPS school like you did. My bad.
It's not it.
Well, we all know that
Severe's wife got her degree there.
He talked so much about how much he loved Creighton Prep. Like he's a big private school guy now, Austin. So
that's not. That's.
I mean, did you or did you not have a soliloquy today about how much you enjoyed Creighton Prep?
You're calling that a soliloquy?
I mean,
interesting to wear blue on a day you love Creighton Prep.
Several minutes. It was just going on. Oh, I love Creighton Prep. We love Creighton Prep. Everybody knows I love Creighton Prep. It was a long time. It was a lot of Creighton
forget
Prep.
about it, cuz.
All right, Paul Walker.
Tulane.
Pardon?
Lane.
Forget about it, Lane.
It also is Tulane, which I feel very bad about now.
That's
Wait, did you legit think it was Tulane?
I thought it was Tulane.
Oh, no, it's 2.
AI is probably wrong.
It might be. It might be. It might be. Good callback, Shane. It might be.
Pretty stealthy, Shane.
I'm just saying, you are a big University of Creighton fan. You're a big Creighton Prep guy. I think we're leaning towards DB private school guy.
Yeah,
that I think is
big private school guy.
I mean, you coach at the public school. That's the most like a private school in the city. I'm just saying.
What are the colors for IMG North?
Just AI it. You'll be all right.
Wow.
You doing okay?
Yeah, there's something on the floor.
Have you gone and seen our friends at Next Gen this week?
Yeah, I was there yesterday.
What'd you get, or what'd you do?
I did the Hercules.
Yeah, Hercules.
I needed is it? I almost want to say NAD. It's not NADS. Is it?
Oh yeah, NAD 140.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I have a question.
Is that for your sleep?
Yeah,
yeah.
And I have a question about.
I'm not on that one. I just like to learn.
Have you seen the CJ 1295?
I've seen it. Yeah, I have not on it.
I'm curious about that one.
What's that one supposed to do?
I need you to go first, though.
Okay. What's that one supposed to do?
Supposed to help in sleep.
Okay.
And lean muscle.
Ooh, I sleep okay, but the lean muscle I would take.
Yeah, especially now, like, I don't know. I'm extremely active with Palmer.
I've been noticing.
Although that workout yesterday.
Yeah. Easy breezy?
No.
You had to call it?
No.
You had to call it for you.
No. I did. Yeah. He's like, are you going again?
You hammering through?
I said, yeah. But this morning.
Be honest. Is that for him or is that for you?
The old hip. It was like,
You're like, but Bonnie, help me.
She's a little tender today.
Is DB getting out of bed in the morning? Is it, help me?
I mean, yeah. It was a good 58 minutes too. It wasn't like,
yeah, you got your money's worth.
Yeah. He definitely gets his money's worth.
Yeah.
I'm teaching him to rush the passer Sunday.
Yeah.
He's really good with his hands.
We got him with the swim moves.
And I have, he's a good kid.
You know me, I like that short area burst. That's why I like throwers on my defensive line. Just boom.
He's changed his body quite a bit.
Get in there, you know?
He's only 145 pounds.
How old is he?
7th grade.
Yeah, he's got some time.
He's a big kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got time.
I
think he's been playing on the line,
Mhm.
and so he's ready to make the transition to a 2-point. He wants to stand. So
Like an outside backer.
teaching him how to stand.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get after it. Let's go.
That's it. That's all.
That's it. That's all.
That's it.
Well, I might have to try out the CJ for you over at Next Gen to make sure that you.
I think it's the 1295, right?
I think that's what it's called. Yeah, CJ 1295.
It's in the top right corner.
I haven't tried it yet. I've been super happy that Tessa Moreland it's starting to lean out the like midsection fat a little bit.
Yeah, you have abs?
Not quite. We're getting there. There's like a little at the top there. I'm like,
the 1.5 pack.
What's going on there?
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a pack at all. There's a little bit.
The hardest part about going in there sometimes is when it smells like food.
Oh yeah, well, because they bring in food quite a bit. I think.
Yep.
Because
they can't. I mean, everybody's constantly going.
Yeah, because it's so busy.
Going, yeah.
Yeah, they. I think Nick hooks them up quite a bit.
He's a good dude.
He's a good dude. Good people over there. Give him a call. 402-614-9700. Our friends over at Next Gen. You can, or if you're on the CJ 1295 and want to give DB a review, let him know so he can recover from from those workouts.
Can they put it right in my hip?
You know, as a trainer, you don't have to do everything the athlete does.
I
right?
know, but I was on a roll, and it was hot too. I was feeling a good sweat because I had my sweat. I'm in my sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh man, we ain't quitting."
Yeah.
Because last time he finished a drill in his socks because we were in cleats and we were on the stairs, and he's like, "Hey, today I brought my tennis shoes." I said, "Oh, he's serious."
Oh.
I'm not gonna quit. I should have though.
Yeah, maybe do like half it. Like scale it for yourself
next time
for your boy. Maybe, I don't know.
Next time.
That is DB. I'm Ravi. We'll be back on Monday. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.